Primary Plus is celebrating.
Kool TV proudly presents Raceland Rams football as the Kool Hit Sports Network brings you coverage of the Raceland Rams live from Raceland, Kentucky. Now let's head to the field for Countdown to Kickoff and Raceland Rams football live on Kool TV.
And a pleasant good evening from Rams Stadium. JFL night here this evening as we welcome you into Countdown for Kickoff here on Kool TV. Pikeville in the house as Raceland welcomes them in after exercising the bye week. Pikeville rolls in at 0-3 and arguably the best 0-3 team in the entire state of Kentucky. 2 losses to Class 4A teams. Corbin in the season opener. They lost to Johnson Central in week 2. Last week they headed to Lexington, and they fall into Class 2A powerhouse LCA. Raceland has a matchup with LCA at the end of the season. Rams came back from trailing against Letcher County Central and held on for a 21-14 win, a 7+ minute drive to finish things out, in which they took the victory formation at the 1 to ice the win. Rams and Pikeville, a good one here tonight. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll set the scene. We'll talk with head coach Mike Sammons, get his thoughts on the matchup, and get you ready for kickoff. Just over 18 minutes left to go as we get you ready for Raceland and Pikeville as we continue our coverage here on Countdown to Kickoff on Kool TV.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care. 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Back here on Countdown to Kickoff on Kool TV, James Collier and Ben Westfall. Happy to have you along with us here tonight. JFL for the Rams, as Raceland and Pikeville, two familiar foes coming in here this evening. 19th all-time meeting between these two teams. Pikeville leads the series 12-6, and Ben, the big thing that Pikeville has, and it's the feather in its cap. These two teams have hooked up at the state championship 2 times, and Pikeville has gone home with both of those, including the last 2 seasons. Last year down at Lexington at Kroger Field, 21-0, they won that one.
Yeah, so it leaves a little bit of a sting for Raceland to try to bounce back and, pull off this win today. So Raceland's looking to, use that game as motivation from last year and, have that set in the back of the mind. Obviously, bulletin board material for the Rams, so we'll see if they can pick up the win this time.
You can see both teams there going through their pregame routines and getting things ready to go. The one big note to stay for this game, Brendan Anthony does not appear to be in uniform tonight. The dynamic tailback working through an ankle injury. He is not in uniform out there. Much like what it was last year when Raceland went down to Pikeville, beat the Panthers 7-6. It was the first win down in Pikeville since 1957. It was the only time they had won down there until the 7-6 game last year. It was a crazy start. Pikeville has the football, goes right down the field, scores a touchdown. They miss the extra point. Raceland gets the football, goes right back the other way, punches it in. It's 7-6. And then we play 3 quarters of just defensive stalwart football. Pikeville had it 3rd and goal at the 1. Raceland stuffs it twice and leaves Pikeville with a 7-6 win. But Mike Sammons talked about it just a little bit ago when we were meeting for our pregame interview. This game means nothing. It's the game at the end of the season that has everything that involves with that. And that is the one that they've got to play for. But bragging rights are certainly on the line here this evening. See the team headed into the field house. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll talk with Coach, get his thoughts on the matchup for this evening, and then we'll come back and get you ready for our keys of the game as we continue our coverage. You're on JFL Night on Countdown to Kickoff on Kool TV.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style 1-topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money, New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Back here on Countdown to Kickoff on Kool TV, joined with Raceland Coach Mike Sammons. Coach, an interesting thing for you, an early bye week, week 3, but it was something to where you get through those first 2 weeks, get a nice win over Letcher County Central, get to see where your weaknesses are, but more importantly, get some of those maybe nagging injuries that kind of preluded over through the 7-on-7s, the early first 2 weeks, and get yourself ready for here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little early, but we just kind of, however your schedule falls out, you try to manage it. So we kind of had like 3 segments. We had the 2 scrimmages in the first 2 weeks against really good opponents, and then we kind of catch our breath. And then we have like these 4 games here in the middle where these are really district prep. I mean, after these 4 games are the games that really determine your fate. And then the last 3 districts, and then the one before the playoffs, that's kind of like those are the games that matter in the regular season. And then the last game, you want to keep the momentum for the playoffs. And so that's kind of how we break our schedule up, kind of in 3 parts. Obviously, I felt like every week for that first month we moved forward against really good opponents. And so, I felt like we kept getting momentum. Yeah, we still make mistakes, and we got some inexperience that we got to work through. But the bye week came at a good time for us, and just for us to really focus on ourselves the first week. The second week really focused on getting ready for a really good opponent in our preparation and really seeing how much we have moved forward since 14 days ago.
How big was that, having the opportunity with a lot of those kids that, again, not youth, it's just inexperience, but having a chance to get them back in the film room, really go one-on-one with them, break things down, and then get them ready for a good opponent here tonight in Pikeville?
Yeah, just really trying to break down things that, this field's 160 foot wide and 100 yards goal line to goal line. And they think this is a really big field, and the game really comes down to just inches. And so if you step with the wrong foot, or if you get your hand placement wrong here, or your head placement on the wrong side of the body here, just really trying to break those things down so they can see it in action and then see it in the end, the effect it really has on the play or the outcome. So those are the processes we really try to focus on both sides of the ball and special teams, and hopefully we're going to make some mistakes tonight. No question about it. We know that going in, but hopefully we continue to make less and less and make new ones, not repeat the same ones.
You look at the way that you prep for this game, you go back to the way Letcher County Central game finished. You take a 7+ minute drive that you go down and put it in the best formation that you can put it in, victory formation there on the goal line, and you come away with a victory that you take care of on your home field. How much maturation do you feel like that your team made that next step forward in that last drive there to hold on for the win?
Well, again, anytime the best defense is a good offense, right? And so we were able to play keep away from them, and I think that was a growth mindset for us at that time. I think we really grew up during that drive. We got to find a way to be more consistent, be able to duplicate that and replicate that more often. But I think for early on in the season, we are not young, okay? We have old football players. We are inexperienced, but now we are 2 scrimmages and 2 games in. Yes, we have some injuries to work through, but the inexperience, that kind of goes out the window here at some point. So I thought that was a growth mindset for our guys. as well as the defensive guys being able to get some stops and get able to get the offense the ball and let them really grind the thing out. And so we felt like we grew, and that's what it's all about. Can you get better every Friday, every week, until you really start playing elimination football? And if you can, when you go through these obstacles and these challenges of the regular season, that helps you grow for those elimination games. In other words, the biggest moment you've been in won't be that elimination game, then we'll let the chips fall where they may.
You call it money down, third down. You guys were +6 last week. The week before that, you were behind that. You were -6.
Yeah.
How big was that of being able, like you said, getting that defense off the field, keep those guys fresh, and keep the ball away from Letcher?
Yeah, you got to be able to get off the field on 3rd and 4th down. You got to be able to convert on 3rd and 4th down. Hopefully 3rd and 4th manageable. And so that was a growth for us from week 1 to week 2. As opponents go up and the ability level goes up, the margin of error goes down, and it's harder and harder to convert on 3rd down, and as well as stop people on 3rd and 4th down. So I feel like that was a focus for us week 1, 2, and we made some growth there. We're going to continue. Obviously, it's a big challenge on 3rd down against playing really good people. But, again, I think we made progress there. That's what it's all about.
You look at Pikeville, it's no secret. You guys know each other. It's just different names, but the same rivalry that's been there for quite some time. What do you expect when you see this team? Again, we've kidded all week long. This is the best 0-3 football team in the state.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the most respect for Coach McNamee and his program, what he's been able to do. And, for the most part, we've been competing against each other for the better part of 2 decades now. Again, just a lot of mutual respect. First of all, they're really, really well coached. They don't have 4 of the last 5 state championships without being well coached, one, and having really good players, too. And so I think, we've been a little bit of byproduct of that. Success breeds success, and they have too. Maybe just one game more. And so they're going to be really physical. Their kids are really, really fanatical in the weight room, and it shows. They're going to line up and run the football. They got some athletes that when you overplay the run or when they feel like you're getting a little bit greedy in the run game, they're going to try to take shots over the top. A year ago, we were able to defend over the top. They didn't really get beat on big shots over the top. We just gave up a couple explosive from the line of scrimmage. And so those are the things that they really wear on you. They bang, 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 and boom, they hit you. And so those are the things we're going to be prepared for. We talk about all the time the most important play is the next play, and every play matters. So you got to keep going. In these games, you can't flinch. And so they bring the best out in you. And so we're really excited to see how much we've grown up tonight. This is obviously not the end-all, be-all. And I say that every week, and eventually I'll run out of that line. But this we were in this game 365 days ago. And the outcome had no bearing on the end result of the season. And so we know that. But, again, anytime you're a competitor, you want to play the champ and you get a chance to play them at home, and you want to take advantage of it.
Defensively, you see what they do. They're going to put usually 5 guys across the line. They've got 2 linebackers. They may run another guy down in the box. You expect them to load the box up tonight and try to make ice and have to put the ball in the air?
100%, yeah. I would think they would make us try to, again, I always say play left-handed. They'll try to make us do some things that we don't want to do. They're going to, we're going to try to manufacture some first downs. They're going to try to prevent us from manufacturing first downs. They're going to try to do the same to us, and we're going to try to prevent them from doing it. So it's a little bit of a chess match there. At the end of the day, it's all about players making plays. And so, I feel confident that we've grown on our 3rd down games. We can step up and make some throws, but also we can stay on time with our run game and some of our quick game to try to make 3rd down more manageable and hopefully continue to move the chains.
Coach, good luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
We'll step aside for a break. We come back. We'll continue our coverage as we get you ready for Pikeville and Raceland here for Bram Stadium on JFL night on Countdown to Kickoff on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter. If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Back here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth, James Collier, Ben Westfall, happy to have you along with us here tonight. About 3 minutes to go before we get to kickoff. Pikeville captains across the way, Raceland waiting to arrive from the field house. So while we're waiting on our captains, let's take a look at tonight's officiating crew. They're brought to you in part by Tri-State Ophthalmology for expert eye care as well as LASIK eye surgery. See the great folks at Tri-State Ophthalmology. Our referee is Gavin Ramsey. Our umpire is Joe Coldiron. Our head linesman is David Kazid. The line judge is Aiden Johnson. And the back judge is Matthew Hutchinson. It's time now to take a look at our weather forecast for this evening. It's brought to you in part by Big Sandy Superstores of the Tri-State, with the store located in Grayson, operated and owned by Dyers of Big Sandy. 606-474-5515. Give them a call or check them out at 506 Caramel Boulevard in Grayson. Mixture of sun and clouds, mostly clouds here this evening. 80 degrees, winds 5 to 10 out of the east. Should be a great evening for football. One final break. We'll kick it off when we return with Keys of the Game after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Border Sporting Goods has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders also has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Back here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth for all your lawn care needs. Give them a call. Check them out on the website, jokerlawncare.com. James Collier, Ben Westfall, happy to have you along here tonight. Ben, let's get your keys to the game for this evening. We'll start first with the visitors on the scoreboard, the Pikeville Panthers.
Well, Pikeville is just stacking the box. You know, we talked about it before today's broadcast, and Pikeville, you know, look for them to stop the run, especially, you know, where Raceland's going to be so heavy and reliant on that rushing attack by Stiltner. So look for them to stack the box. You know, 5 guys at the line, 2 in the box of the linebacking core. Maybe even see a outside corner blitz come, and then, you know, that would probably be the smart thing to do if you're Pikeville to stop this rushing attack.
Now let's take a look at the Raceland keys to the game for them to get a victory here this evening.
And, well, on the opposite side, you know, we talk about with Pikeville stopping the run. It's Raceland, you know, you got to get Stiltner going. You know, he's been your main cog of the offense so far. You know, don't want to look too much to the passing attack. And we talk with both squads. And if you look to pass late in this game, you know, you're off your plan chart for this tonight's game. So for Raceland, stick to your ground game, stick to what works on the script, and that's get Lane and Stiltner going.
See Coach McNamee and Coach Salmons there exchanging pleasantries. A lot of respect for those two gentlemen. They've been around this for a long time. Mike Salmons in his 11th season, 97-39 in his head coaching tenure. For Coach McNamee, he's been doing this for 15 years on this trip. He started back in 2010. 20 total. He was there in Pikeville from 2000 to 2004. So he's been around this program for quite some time, but an in territory that Pikeville has not been very often. Starting the season 0-3, this program under Chris McNamee has never lost more than 5 games in one season. So we'll see how things work out. Like I said, they're 0-3 in the season. They were still ranked number 2 in Class Single A this week in the latest polls. So Gavin Ramsey, our referee for tonight. Pikeville has won the toss, and they want the football.
Start out strong on offense, just send a message to start this game out on the offensive side of the ball. Show that you are here and you're ready.
So you see Isaac Duty there, the senior quarterback, as they get the final handshakes, and we'll be ready to get this thing underway here this evening. All touchdowns this season are brought to you in part by Brent Roark Nationwide Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, give them a call, with offices in Flatwoods as well as in Grayson. And all first downs this season are brought to you in part by Ram Pharmacy, your friend for life, located just down the street here at the high school on Greenup Avenue. Our scoreboard ticker this evening brought to you in part by the great folks at the Ashland YMCA. We'll have all the scores rolling across the bottom of your screen. We'll keep those updated as we roll through the evening. Great look field level, our crew this evening: Skylar Gallion, Charlie Morris, and Lily Stevens. Cam Bryan is going to be on the steady cam rig field level. We'll bring you out some great looking shots with him throughout the evening. Rams from the tunnel there. That's a great look from the field level camera with Cam Bryan on the steady cam rig. We'll have a lot of great looks from that as we roll through this evening. Perfect evening for football as we drift down out of the 80s into the high 70s. Very nice evening. Just a slight breeze, not very muggy outside, with the little bit of a remnants of the hurricane pushing up this way that came out of the coast down south, and just a little bit of rain that pushed through. We got some sprinkles here, but most of it, looking at the radar, it's gone. We're ready to go.
Tell you what, James, we've been in need of some rain in this area lately, though, because all the drought and dead grass everywhere. So it'd be nice to get a little bit of rain, but as you mentioned, perfect evening for football. I mean, this is peak football weather for us tonight here at Raceland.
So ready for football as... let's see who they'll send back deep to return. So Braden Hall will go far side. Near side will be Kool Sloan. And Jacob Waller to tee it up. Kicks it off on the far sideline at the 11-yard line. Here's Hall. Finds a crease, cuts it back in the middle across the 30 out near the 35-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will start things 1st and 10.
Excellent return by Braden Hall. Uses his vision, goes from the far side, comes to the near side hash, and finds himself a little lane, gets himself some extra yards up to the 34-yard line.
So here comes Isaac Duty, the senior quarterback. He'll bring his team out 1st and 10, and we were watching the warm-ups. Brendan Anthony is dressed. He will not start on the field on this offensive series. It'll start with Blake Cottle in his left pocket and 2 receivers left on the boundary. An H-back moves from the left to the right now. The give to Cottle, right up the gut. He's spun to the ground as he'll pick up 1. Landon Bloss making the stop, also Evan Burrows there. Gain of 1, 2nd down 9.
Cottle last week, 65 yards rushing, and found his way into the end zone in the Pikeville loss last week, 40-26. So without Anthony out there on the field, look for Cottle to get going.
3 hats across the line for the Rams. Cottle in the right pocket with Anthony. They'll pitch it off to Braxton on an end around. Braxton finds a crease and finds a nice surge forward.
It's one of those. Pikeville didn't realize that Raceland was in a sort of zone coverage look, and man wasn't following along with Braxton, and that gives Pikeville an advantage to get some extra yardage.
Got 9. That's what they needed to move the sticks. So the first down of the ball game for the Panthers.
It's always neat to see those motions and how the offense works. You get that motion player, tells you really quickly if the defense is in that man set or in zone.
Duty with 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. Cottle in an offset pistol look. Duty keeps it himself on a busted play, rolls off the right edge and picks up a couple. He turned to give it to his tailback, and there was nobody home.
Not sure maybe if Cottle thought that it was going to be that read option sort of play to where pitch back, he's getting ready for the pitch, but Cottle just didn't even go along with the play. And Raceland's going to snuff that out with ease.
Second down and 9 coming up after the gain. Actually, second down and 8 coming up after the gain of 2 out to the 46-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right, a tailback of Cottle. Cottle trying to stretch it out to the near side, hits the B button in the hole and gets sandwiched. Chris Spradlin making the stop just shy of midfield to bring up third down.
Noticing Raceland going with 4 guys on the line and then a couple linebackers back, but they're 4 DBs playing all the way back, about 5 to 10 yards deep on a straight line, just ready to push up for that second wave to try to get the stop on the run.
So third down and 5 inside of 10 to go here in the opening quarter of play. Our opening kickoff tonight was brought to you in part by the Ashland YMCA. For all of your gym needs, check out the Y. Great look from behind. Low snap, Duty pumps, brings it out to the near sideline, has his man there of Braxton. Braxton sheds a tackle, comes down near side, has first down yardage and more. And a big pickup there on a busted play to set up another first down for Pikeville.
Lennon Goodall had the receiver pretty much set in the backfield, or at least at the line of scrimmage. It's a tackle you got to make, and just a little bit of a whiffer on that one.
So a gain of 19 on the play, down to the Rams 32 and a fresh set of downs. Braxton showing off that speed on a little busted play there on the bubble route. Low snap, Duty. He'll pick it up, go off the right edge, and there is nothing there but Lyndon Salmons, who walks him back for a sack. He'll drop him for a loss of 3 back to the 35.
I think even if it was a proper snap to begin with, Raceland just busted through the Pikeville offensive line, and they were going to be there no matter what. Duty's best opportunity was going to get that off to Cottle, but just low snap busted that play completely.
So a loss of 3 has Pikeville behind the sticks for the first time in the ball game, inside of 9 to play here in the opening quarter. Panthers started back on their own 34-yard line. They've got it now at the Raceland 35, right between the hashes, and a twin set for Duty. 3 hats across the line. Rams bring 3. Duty wants to throw it, zips it out to the far sideline, and he gets rocked. Woo. That was Austin McKee that broke it up. They were looking for Braden Hall, and McKee lays the lumber. Pass is incomplete, 3rd and 13.
My goodness, I mean, McKee just read that to perfection. Not even going for the ball, just going straight for the wide receiver. And how about McKee laying the lumber?
We'll play through our Grayson Sporting Goods instant replays throughout the night. We'll have some great looks at those. That one right there was certainly one of your biggest hit of the night, you'll see. And that kind of sets the tone for what you're going to get from this football game. So 3rd and 13, Raceland defensively this season, 9 of 23, 39% they've given up. Duty on 3rd and long, rolling out right, pressure coming. He gets hit and taken down from behind. That's Logan Lockwood, the inside linebacker, the 5'11 junior, getting home for the loss. They take him back for a loss of 6 and a 4th down.
Just swims past the offensive line. I mean, that was textbook, reading the quarterback. He's going to go to his right side, to the weak side. And, I mean, there was just nothing there for Isaac Duty to escape from. Excellent play by Lockwood.
Really good job by that front 3 of the Rams, Salmon, Spradlin, and Burrows, that allow that linebacking core to take off. So Blake Cottle will stand on his side of the 50 for a punt. High snap, high kick, wobbly to the near sideline, and goes out of bounds. So we'll see where they walk it up to and mark it. So the Rams will take over at the 15 with 7:41 to go here in the opening quarter of play, and their first offensive series coming out.
Tell you, James, on that punt, I mean, Cottle just lucky to get the snap controlled. It was a very high snap and lucky on that, but that's probably what caused the punt to just a little shank to the left side.
So a 8-play drive for Pikeville comes out empty. And here comes the junior quarterback of Parker Eisen and his crew on 1st down and 10. He'll start with Landon Stiltner, who had a heck of a ball game last week. 23 carries, 165 yards, and 2 tutties. They'll start it off with him as he'll sweep it out to the left edge, trying to find a hole. Gets bottled up, tries to cut back. He's going negative and gets snuffed out and driven to the ground. Chasing him down was Jeremiah Anderson, and it's going to be a loss on first down for Stiltner.
Props to Anderson on the stop, but if you're Stiltner, that's one of those you just have to go down and take the yards that's given to you. You know, you're going to lose about 4 or 5 if you just keep on going, fall down, but instead he tries to fight backwards, tries to reset, but there was just nothing there, and Pikeville snuffed that out with ease.
Loses 6 on the play, second down long. Three hats across the line. Eisen rolling out right, wanting to throw. Brings it near side. That's Reister. Reister makes the grab, is pushed out of bounds as Braxton takes him out of bounds, but they get some of the yardage back and inside the sticks, and it'll bring up third down.
Just a nice set play there by Raceland. Just a nice little 5-yard out by Reister. You know, get some of those yardage back, and now you have yourself in a third and manageable 3rd and 6.
Rams on the season, third down conversions, 11 of 26, 42% of the time. They were +6 in that category last week over Letcher County Central. At their own 19, third down and 6, inside of 7 to play here in the opening frame. Great look there at the line as they'll put Arnett in motion. Eisen rolling out right again, wanting to throw, floating it down the near sideline, looking for Lyndon Salmons. It's tipped, but it was not brought down in bounds. Running underneath it was Braden Hall, but the pass is incomplete and it's fourth down.
Parker Eisen has to be a little thankful that that one was out of bounds. I mean, as a quarterback, you're taught, live to fight another down, and almost forced to pass there. That's why Raceland's so heavy on the run, because you want to take that pressure off of Parker Eisen. There was a lot of pressure on him right there. He rolls out to his right side, but you just got to throw that ball away.
So 2 back to return. That's Hall on the near side, Cole Sloan on the far side. Waller with the kick. High spiraling kick. Will it get a Raceland bounce? It will. Across the 40-yard line it goes. Kenny Literal runs into it and costs probably about another 3 yards on it, but a really good kick there by Waller. And Pikeville will take over back at its own 39-yard line. So they're going to put it back at the 38, so call it a 43-yard kick. No return. 6:38 to go here in the opening period. We're scoreless. And the Panthers back on the field to start things off. A look at your scoreboard ticker, brought to you in part by the Ashland YMCA across your screen. Greenup County leading East Carter 8-0. West Carter in front of Floyd Central 6-0. Everything else for the moment still showing scoreless. So the Panthers almost in the same position they had the football to start their first drive. Duty will start with 2 backs in the backfield this time. He'll give it off on the tailback of Jaden Justice on a sweep to the right, trying to find a hole. Finally cuts it upfield, and he runs into Logan Lockwood after picking up a couple.
Lockwood does a great job on that outside containment, and that's what Raceland's been able to do so far. The early going is just go north and south, just trying to get that outside contained, and they've been doing a great job of just shutting that down, forcing Pikeville to try to go inside.
First time with us here on Kool TV, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you see something you like. Hit that bell each time we put out new material. We'll give you an alert that the new game is up and going. 2nd and 6 on the gain of 4 there by Jaden Justice. Duty on the far side hash mark. Wants it on 2nd down. Sticks it in the belly of Justice. He comes right up the gut and is met immediately by Logan Lockwood again. He'll cross the 45 to the 46. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Raceland doing a nice disguise on who's rushing, who's going, but Pikeville picks it up to perfection. That gives the tailback a good opportunity to just rush right through, give him a nice little lane in the middle, pick up 5.
So to put it right at the 47, so 3rd down and 1. They need the just past the 48 to move the sticks. 4 hats across the line for the Rams. Duty, handoff as he gives it off to his tailback, and he is stuffed. That's Blake Cottle. And it was Logan Lockwood leading the surge yet again. It's 4th down.
I was about to say, the official on the far side looked kind of like he was going to give that first down marker, but official on the near side kind of backed up, maybe had the better angle, and I think we will get a measurement.
Get a measurement here. Gavin Ramsey, our white hat tonight, has spotted the football and now asked for the chains.
If you looked at the chains on the far side, it looked like the first down marker was just a little bit past that hash mark, and where the ball's placed, this might be just a couple inches short.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3 chain links short. You can see it there on your screen. So 4th down and 1 coming up for the Panthers. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance needs, see Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. And by Pure Point Auto in Greenup. From oil changes to multi-point inspections to full engine swaps, Pure Point Auto can get you done. 2109 Ashland Road in Greenup.
Looks like Pikeville is going to send out the punt unit. They're not going to take a chance here and risk turning the ball over on downs in Raceland territory. On their own territory, excuse me.
So the Rams will put Jonah Arnett back to return. Cottle to punt it away. Good kick this time. Arnett calls for a fair catch inside the 20. So the Rams defense holds tight again, and we've traded punts in the first 3 possessions of the ball game, and now it's the Rams' second time to have it tonight. So back at the 19, exactly where the Rams had it on their last series, a 34-yard kick, no return with 4:55 to play here in the opening frame. So Pikeville, 8 plays, 25 yards, 4 minutes, 12 seconds on their first drive. That one, 3 plays, 9 yards, a minute 42. Raceland went 3 plays, 4 yards, and a minute 2. And now let's see what the Rams can come up with here inside of the Rams' 20. Shannon Marucci will start in the backfield as an H-back. Stiltner in the left pocket of Eisen. Trips wide to the right. 3 hats across the line for the Panthers. They'll give it off to Stiltner. Stiltner bounces it to the outside, finds a big hole, cuts it up the near side crease, 35, stiff arms a man at the 40, dragging a man all the way across midfield. And the Rams with a big run from Landon Stiltner as the sophomore takes it out for a Ram Pharmacy first down.
Shout out to Brigham Davison right there for Raceland on that near side. Receiver lays down a nice block and just good job of just not even drawing the holding flag. Holds his man firm, and that lets Stiltner just get right through and pick up some extra yardage all the way to the 49.
Gain of 30 on the play. That is not Stiltner's longest run of the season, though. He bursted for 1 last week, 40+. But a good run there on 1st and 10 for the Rams. They'll stay with Stiltner in the backfield. They'll flip the trips to the wide side left this time. They'll give it off to Stiltner again. He's met in the hole as he comes off the left edge, and Lane Ford wraps him up. But a good carry on 1st down and 10. It's 2nd down for the Rams.
It's one of those short gain opportunities on 1st down that you like to see from an offense. Just get about 4 to 5 yards a pop. If you can do that, tire out the defensive line, you're going to be in a good position. But just a good job by Lane Ford on the Pikeville side, just being able to swoop past the offensive lineman and stop Stiltner before he can get some extra yardage.
2 receivers to the wide side left, 1 right. And we got a false start. That was on Landon Bloss. He took off leaning, and it's going to cost the Rams 5. So they'll go behind the sticks and make it 2nd down and 11.
Just a little jittery move, just lean forward just a little bit. You know, those officials will catch it every time.
Ashland in front of Bardstown 7-0. West Carter has added to its lead. It's now 13-0. Comets looking for their first win of the season with Floyd Central in town. East Carter's on the board over in Grayson. They trail Greenup 8-7. Scoreless here as we go across the 4-minute mark. 2nd and 11. Eisen calls his own number, diving right up the gut, and he runs into a wall of white jerseys and is sandwiched to the ground. That's Lane Ford who made the stop.
Panthers play that to perfection. Just being able to shift the line on that perfect, to the side that Eisen was going to run to, and they shifted in perfect time and stuffed the run with ease.
So 3rd down and 9 for the Rams. Have failed on their only 3rd down conversion this ball game.
James, we talked about it, force the pass and try to get Eisen uncomfortable, and this is exactly what Pikeville wants in this situation. Another flag down.
Yeah, we got a sideline warning on Raceland. So you get one stoppage, and then the next one it results in a 5-yard penalty. Trips left, 1 to the right. Eisen wants to throw, blitz coming off the edge, steps up, floats it low, had Arnett there, and he can't make the hook up.
despite that being a low throw by Ison and just a little bit behind, that's one that if Arnett can come up with, he's got a few extra yards of space in front of him. That sets up a 4th and manageable. If he's able to hold on to that, it puts Raceland in a tricky situation to decide whether you want to punt or go for it. You're in a good spot analytically to go for it, but instead it drops incomplete.
From midfield on 4th down and 9, Rams will punt it away. End over end kick. Backpedaling are the Panthers, and it'll tumble forward just slightly, and it'll go down at the 16-yard line.
Really interesting to see Jeremiah Anderson for Pikeville fall on that. There's no need for him to really touch it, and he just dives on it like it was kind of touched off of a Panther player. But
and that's the only thing I can think of is maybe he thought that it had been touched and it was worried about being a loose ball. So
either that or just shutting down the punt and roll and just saying, let's move on, get the offense on the field.
2:49 to play here in the opening frame, scoreless.
Compliments to Raceland's defense so far in the early going of this game. They've been able to shut down the run and force Duty to pass. And, they disrupted the comfort of Isaac Duty so far in the backfield. So props to Raceland so far in the early going.
Jaden Justice in the backfield with Duty on 1st down and 10. Play action, brings it out near side. Sloan with the catch. Landon Goodall makes the stop right at the 20-yard line.
Good play there by Pikeville. Good play call, just play action. It's your read, that option play for the quarterback. If you have a open wide receiver, not only that, but if you notice the defense is playing soft in its coverage, you can pull that ball, throw that to the near side, and that's exactly what Duty did. Good read there by the quarterback.
Out to the 21, 2nd down and 5. An offset pistol look for Duty this time. Give it off to Justice, and he gets walloped right in the hole. Landon Bloss was there. Coming downhill was Lyndon Salmons, also Shannon Marucci. He's going to lose a yard back to the 20. It's 3rd down.
Lyndon Salmons just does a great job of pulling that play up. I mean, he shot out like a cannon from the linebacker position and just does a great job getting past the Panther offensive line and shuts down any sort of run for Pikeville. So the question is Raceland, do you disrupt Duty and send the blitz, maybe send a couple extra guys on this 3rd down?
Play action, Duty wants to go up top, going for a home run ball, and he overthrows his man. Braden Hall was the intended receiver. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
James, I will say I do like that play call because Braden Hall, he had one-on-one coverage and looked like he had the inside position on his man, Austin McKee. So if Duty's able to place that ball perfectly, that's going to be a 1st down right at midfield, and who knows, maybe Hall can slip off that tackle and take it for 6.
4th down and 7 coming up on the punt, so the Rams defense stands again. Rams coming after this one, and this is a rough kick, but it's not going to matter. They're going to get a 15-yarder on. They absolutely blew up the kicker. So they had him stopped, and instead we're going to get a roughing the kicker, and that's going to move it up 15. So it's a 5-yard penalty. It's not the 15, so it was just running, not roughing. So that makes it 4th down and 1, and they'll get to re-kick.
Honestly, that was a win-win for both sides. Pikeville, you get to re-punt and allow Kool to try to regroup and get a better kick, but for Raceland, try not to rough the kicker this time. You escaped without getting that roughing the kicker penalty and giving Pikeville the ball back. Maybe trying to lay back a little bit and have good punt coverage to try to block for your man.
So they'll take the football up to the 25, and that will give the Panthers an opportunity to re-kick because Cottle's kick was a shank off the side of his foot into the Rams sideline. It was going to give Racing great field position. Cottle gets a second opportunity, this time an end-over-end kick that sends Arnett backpedaling. He'll scoop it up at the 35. Slams on the brakes, starts upfield, dives forward across the 45, and a nice return by Jonah Arnett there.
It's good recovery by Arnett, just being able to notice the balance and doesn't let the bounce sway him away or anything like that. So he takes it, takes advantage, gets bound 10 yards up to the 48-yard line.
So a minute 13 to go in the first quarter. Thank you. Ashland leads Bardstown 7-0. Look at it on your YMCA scoreboard ticker. We're scoreless here in the first. Rams with it right at midfield. Ison from the gun. The take to give to Stiltner. Stiltner right up the gut. Gets to the 50 on a gain of 2.
Well, the Panthers right there leading the charge for them was Jackson Mullins on the defensive line, just doing a great job of just more of a power move at the line set and just being able to beat his man and stop Stiltner from getting any momentum on that rush. Power versus power on the line, James.
Should be the final play of the first quarter here. What's been a dandy so far. Trips bound up on the right side. Ison wants to throw it, brings it out near side to Reister. Cuts back inside. Blake Cottle jumps on his back after going across midfield, and it'll bring up third down.
Good job of Cottle just getting from behind and swarming to the ball as quick as possible. And Reister just not allowing Reister to get any forward momentum and get any sort of blocks from Raceland on the front side.
Raceland's going to take it to the second quarter. They'll face third down and 6 when we return on the other side after this on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Papa John's Pizza, by Primary Plus, Stoltz Pharmacy, Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, and Tres Hermanos Nunez Mexican Restaurant. We head to the second quarter, still scoreless. Rams will face third down and 6. Great look there inside the huddle with Coach Mike Sammons. Rams so far in the ball game, 44 yards of offense, but 30 of those coming on the big run there from Landon Stiltner. Rams will flip the direction of travel now, going from the baseball field toward the softball field. Ison tried to have a trick play there. It was a design draw, and he gets caught in the backfield as Blake Cottle sweeps him down for a loss.
Cottle made the tackle, but man, oh man, what a bull rush from Drew Ferguson. He's the one that shut the play down to begin with. He snuffed it out quickly. I mean, good Lord, Ferguson just won the power at the line and completely shut down Ison.
So a loss of 4 back to the 48, so 4th down and 10, and the Rams stall out once again.
James, these punters are really getting their work cut out for them today.
So Waller, another high driving kick. Splits the two defenders right between the hash marks, tumbles across the 15, down to the 13, and another great kick from Jacob Waller.
Waller's doing a great job, just not even getting the power and, you know, good rolls and everything, but that hang time allows Raceland coverage team to be able to get down there, and even if Pikeville has a chance to get under the ball and get a return, they're going to have to call fair catch immediately. So good job by Waller just getting that nice hang time so far in this game.
So the Rams with 3 3-and-outs. Hands it back to the Panthers, their worst starting field position as they'll start it back on their own 13-yard line. Jaden Justice in the backfield with Duty on a twin set. 3-man rush. Duty wants to zip it out, does so to the far sideline. He's got his man there that hauls in the catch, as that is Mikey Hager. Had a big game last week, 9 catches for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. So give him a gain of 5 and a bring up second down and 5.
Okay, just one of those quarterback options to start out the drive. If he knows the defense, the coverage side, they're playing soft and playing loose, you can sling that out there, get a couple yards.
Justice on the handoff, off left tackle, falling forward with 2 orange jerseys wrapped up on him. That was Lyndon Salmons and Jonah Arnett making the stop. It'll bring up third down.
Good little bull rush, and looks like they're actually going to give the first down to Jaden Justice. 36 yards last week in the loss, but look for him. You want to take the pressure off Blake Cottle a little bit, and especially with running back Brendan Anthony on the sideline dressed, but not playing so far. You want to at least take the pressure off Cottle.
Third first down of the ball game for the Panthers. Duty on first down and 10 with trips to the right, gives it off to Justice, and Justice gets stonewall as Landon Bloss jumps in from behind and hits him low.
Landon Bloss, that was a great tackle, getting low, realizing that Justice is going to be able to spin out to his right side if he doesn't get low and at least get a leg on him, and so he does that, and just a great form tackle there.
Take him out for a gain of 3, second down and 7. Inside of approaching right at the 9.5-minute mark.
James, we talked about, we haven't really seen Raceland pull that defense at the 5 of the line and send that corner blitz. And we've talked about the little inconsistency of Duty on the passing side. Can they force that inconsistency here on this drive?
They go back to Cottle, and Cottle's going nowhere but backward. He was met in the backfield as Landon Bloss got him from behind again. Also Lyndon Salmons at fourth down.
Lyndon Salmons leading the charge, just being able to power through the line. Raceland's doing a great job of just being able to power through and beat that offensive line for Pikeville. Panthers' offensive line just has to get some answers and stop this rush of the Rams.
So third down and 5 coming up here. Pikeville in the football game, 1 of 4 on third down conversions. Duty looks right, goes back left, has his man who slips free and heads down the sideline. That's Mikey Hagar, and he's got reservations for 6 as he passes past the 20 and goes 71 yards for the score, and Pikeville has the lead here with 8:33 to play in the half. It's 6-0.
Great, absolutely great moves by Mikey Hagar. Just a little shimmy step to the right, shimmy step to the left, gets 2 defenders shaken off. He takes it to the house. That's pure speed from there off the screen, and what a play there for Pikeville.
So all of a sudden, on third down and manageable, the Panthers go with a little trick play, fake right, go left, and come up with a home run ball. Now it's a busted play. They're trying to get something out of it. Braden Hall trying to throw it toward the back of the end zone. It's going to be picked off in the end zone. So the 2-point conversion fails. Pikeville leads at 6-0. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
That drive for the Panthers, 5 plays, 87 yards, 2 minutes, 43 seconds. And Isaac Duty hooks up with Mikey Hagar for 71 yards. Hagar hauls in his 3rd touchdown of the season, and Pikeville takes a 6-0 lead. Back here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth, James Collier, Ben Westfall, happy to have you along with us here tonight. JFL night for the Rams. So Pikeville dents the scoreboard first. Now let's see if the Rams can find an answer on the other side. Steven Gonzalez-Santos sends it to the far side. Aiden Cooper watches it go over top of his head, and then it checks up and comes back in the field of play, and he has to dive on it to save the possession. So a really good kick there by Gonzalez-Santos. And Raceland's going to be pinned deep in its own territory. They're going to put it, looks like, at the 11, maybe the 12.
Santos did a great job. You see the return man for Raceland thought maybe, okay, I'm going to stay back, make sure that, if this goes out of bounds, it's a penalty, and puts Raceland in perfect position on the offensive side of the ball. But instead, that ball was perfectly placed by Santos. Good roll, stays in bounds, and Rams are lucky that they even got the ball back.
Aiden Cooper in the backfield now in the right pocket of Ison from the gun. They'll stick it in his belly. He tries to bounce it to the outside, and there's nobody there besides Jeremiah Anderson, the outside linebacker for the Panthers. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11.
Tell you what, if Raceland's going to get anything going, it starts up front with the 5 big boys. They're struggling to contain this Pikeville defensive front and have been able to get the bread and butter going, and that's the run game. So if Raceland wants to keep in this ball game, they're going to have to wake up on that front, the offensive line. They're struggling right now.
2nd and 11 coming up for Ison. Marushi, the lone tailback in the backfield. Twin set. Ison, clean pocket, steps up, takes off running, slips free, breaks it out to the near side, pinballs off a man, and then gets dragged to the ground. And that was Brendan Anthony who comes in out of the linebacking core with a sword as he drops into the field.
2 plays now for Drew Ferguson on the defensive line, number 57. He's done a great job of just containing, and he gets a hold of Ison just for a little bit to slow him down. Ison's going to get about 5 yards or at least set up a 3rd and manageable, maybe 3rd and 6 situation. But if Ferguson does not get any sort of contact there, but he does, he's able to at least slow down Ison, and that sets up this 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9 from the 13. Twin set again for Ison. 3 hats across the line for the Panthers. 1 high safety. As Devontae Stevens walking down into the box, and now Raceland will burn a timeout here with 7:03 to play in the opening half. Big 3rd down coming up for the Rams. This evening's ball game is brought to you in part by Grayson Funeral Home, 49 McCoy Road. It's family owned and operated. Their large, spacious facility seats 300 in the chapel and has over 2 acres of parking. For more information, visit GraysonFH.com. That's Grayson Funeral Home. By Jason Greer, attorney at law. Happy to sponsor tonight's game. See Jason for estate planning and personal injury. That's Jason Greer, attorney, 113 North Ward Street in Grayson. And by Sparks Funeral Home, 203 West Main Street in Grayson, caring for our community, locally owned and operated. Sparks Funeral Home in Grayson. So after both teams traded punts 3 times, Pikeville finds the scoreboard on a 71-yard little hitch route that allowed Mikey Hager to spring free and get to the end zone. And now Raceland set up against 3rd and 9 from its own 13-yard line coming out of this timeout by the Rams.
James, if you're head coach Michael Salmons right now, you got to get in your quarterbacks here, Parker Ison, read the defensive line a little bit better, because that's what Raceland's struggling a little bit to start out with. Both the tailbacks and Ison is just struggling to read that defensive front so far of the Panthers. Maybe see, on this near side hash, you got a little bit of a soft zone for Pikeville. Maybe see if you can get the quick screen. Now they're going to play up.
Pikeville shows blitz, backs out of it. Ison tries to take off, and he gets speared. Blake Cottle took him down off the right edge. He'll go down inside the 10, and it's 4th down.
And also Brendan Anthony. So surprise appearance by Brendan Anthony. We talked about his skill set, not only as a running back, but in the linebacking core, and it shows right there with Cottle, 2 of the cogs of that defensive unit for Pikeville, making a crucial stop against the Rams.
And now let's see if Pikeville tries to come after Jacob Waller here. The two return men stand on their side of the 50. Cole Sloan near side, Brendan Hall far side. Nearly blocked. Waller gets it away, and it takes a Raceland bounce as it'll tumble across midfield and will come to rest in between the 46-47 yard line. They'll put it down at the 47.
So far, I think the Raceland MVP of this game has been Jacob Waller. Not only has been able to get the good hang time on his punts, but just good rolls each and every time. And not only that, but calm, cooled, and collected behind the line, even though Pikeville is showing the pressure and almost getting to his punts.
47 yards on the kick, no return. Raceland on the season coming in had punted the ball 4 times, averaging 34.5 per. Here in the ball game so far, 4 punts, averaging 40 yards. So now let's see if the Panthers can cash in on this 6-0 lead. 6:19 to play before halftime. This would be huge if Raceland could get a stop, find points, because the Rams get the football to start the second half. Offset pistol this time for Duty. Justice behind him, Cottle off to his left hip. Play action, Duty wanting to go deep. Stands in a pocket, and he gets rocked. Shannon Marucci, Logan Lockwood, they drive him all the way back to the 35-yard line on a loss of 12.
Just an absolutely busted play for Pikeville a little bit, but if you're Isaac Duty, we'll give props to him because he held that ball. You know, we've talked about the inconsistency. He has 5 interceptions on the year. If he would have heaved that ball up, that's probably interception number 6 on the season for Duty. He holds on to it. Yes, you're going to take a 13-yard loss, but you live to fight another down instead of giving the ball back to Raceland in prime territory.
So they'll take him back to the 34, actually. Twin set for Duty. Little delayed handoff there, right up the gut. He'll bounce it out to the left side. That was Justice on the carry.
Raceland doing a great job, that front 7, just being able to contain as much as they can. But if you're the Rams, what's hurt you so far, and that's in the passing attack, has been those quarterback reads of just dumping it short on a set screen, you know, realizing that Raceland's playing back a little bit, soft coverage. So you got to just be able to contain right there, because if you're Pikeville, you're probably going to be looking for that play call in this long 3rd and 21.
2 for 5 are the Panthers on 3rd down. Rams with a 4-man blitz. Duty a quick out to the far sideline, has his man there. They'll get it out to Braxton. He's across the 40, but it'll bring up 4th down.
That's a perfect defensive play for the Rams on a 3rd and country mile, is being able to get your defensive backs on the outside, force the receiver on the inside, so that way your linebackers can clean up and take care of the rest of the job, and now that forces the 4th down and forces the punt.
So 4th and 14, so the Rams hold after the big sack on 1st down that gets the Panthers behind the sticks, and Cottle booms one. This one's all the way back into the end zone. My goodness, what a kick. That thing went 62 yards in the air.
Perfect punt. I mean, that had the perfect spiral. Looked like a quarterback throwing that ball. I mean, it was the perfect punting spiral. Just unfortunate for Cottle that a little too much power rolls into the end zone.
So a touchback will put it back out at the 20-yard line. 4:11 left to play here in the opening frame, and the Rams trailing 6-0. Look at your scoreboard ticker across the bottom of your screen. Brought to you in part by the great folks at the Ashland YMCA. We'll check all the scores at the half. We'll check scoring and stats from this one. JFL night, a lot of the youngsters in the house. One of the big events they always have every season here. They announce every single kid that plays in the program from kindergarten all the way through. Eisen gives it off to Marucci. Marucci angles right and is met in the hole. That's Anthony and Cottle making the stop.
And Pikeville has just done a great job of that front 4, and you know, the front 7, not even that, just the front 4 in general. The defensive lines had a crucial part in this game for the Panthers, just being able to shut down the run. They know what's coming. And even when Parker Eisen tries to make a play, the defensive line still shutting down any play for Raceland.
Raceland still with only 1 first down in this football game. 3:40 to go here in the opening half. High handoff to Stiltner, trying to follow his man through the hole of Marucci. He's going to get across the 25 to the 26. They'll give him a gain of 3. It'll be up 3rd down and 4.
James, I have to wonder what Salmons is going to call here on this 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 4. Do you go with that quarterback option of if you see that the defense is playing back, throw the ball and let Eisen take care of it, or do you get that inside zone run and trying to just power through? What's going to be the play call here on this 3rd down?
So far, Eisen 2 for 4 for 12 yards. Coming into the football game was averaging just under 77 a game. They'll go into an I formation now. Stiltner dotting the I. They'll give it off to Salmons on an end around. Salmons up the far side, hash marks, and he'll move the sticks, and a Ram Pharmacy 1st down.
That's what Raceland's need to do. They just need to go from sideline to sideline, play the outside perimeter, and that's what they do. They draw the defense. That's a perfect play call. You get a motion man to at least draw one man, but Pikeville still unexpected. Looking at the inside zone run, they lined up in the eye. Raceland does a great job of selling the inside run, getting that sweep to the outside.
Salmon's first varsity carry. He had his first varsity catch here in the season opener against Ashland. So the Rams show a little trickery, and it works on 3rd down. Now Eisen calls his own number, following his blocker, finds a big hole off the near side, slips a tackle 40, and gets tripped up as he goes across the 40. And a nice run by Parker Eisen on 1st down.
Brennan Anthony pretty much saving maybe a touchdown, but if not, at least about 10 or 20 extra yards for Eisen. But, man, what a fantastic block on the outside by Scout Wilkes. He's doing a great job just pushing, using that full strength of just pushing that man back about 5 yards, giving Eisen a great lane to run.
Gain of 11 on the play, a Ram Pharmacy 1st down. So back-to-back 1st downs. Eisen fumbles the football. It fumbles right back into his hands, though. He gets pile-driven down at the 45 by Jeremiah Anderson. But the Rams dodge a devastating bullet. What that one would have been is the ball literally just bounced off the turf and right back into the hands of the quarterback, and he picks up 2.
James, I tell you, that might have been the luckiest bounce I've ever seen a football do on the turf. I mean, Raceland's lucky to have this ball back, because if not, I mean, Drew Ferguson's right there in the backfield.
Eisen wants to throw on 2nd down. Rolling out right, he's got his man there, and he leaves it over for Scout Wilkes, and Wilkes is going to pick up a late connection there, as dropping the boom as he came across the middle was number 3, Isaiah Stanley. And that's the new rule that they've really been putting a lot of emphasis on this season, as a hit on a defenseless receiver. So the personal foul, 15 yards, will give Raceland another Ram Pharmacy 1st down.
You know, it kind of makes it tough on the defender to try to slow up, because, I mean, that ball was a little bit behind by Eisen on that target, but instead it gives the defender very, hard position, puts him in a very hard position to try to slow up and ease off of the contact, but instead Stanley just unable to slow up, makes the full contact, thinking that the receiver has the ball, but instead it's an incomplete pass as he drops the ball to begin with.
So 1st down and 10 from the 40. Rams trip it up on the near side, and we got motion on the far side. Who came first? And they're going to get this one against the Rams.
Jacob Littoral on that right tackle side just twitched a little too early. Notice the blitz coming on the right side. Pikeville was sitting in the heat, and Littoral jumped a little too early.
1:21 to go in the 1st half. Rams now behind the sticks, 1st and 15. Rams get the football to start the 2nd half of play, so this would be huge if the Rams could find points going to the locker room. Hand off Marucci. Marucci off the right side. A penalty marker flies on the far sideline, and this one's probably coming back as well. That's usually an illegal shift or an illegal formation. So for the moment, he gets down to the 43. And let's see if they're looking toward Pikeville to see if they want to accept the penalty or accept the play and make it 2nd down. Chris McNamee, the head coach for the Panthers, 15 seasons he's been there in this stint. So Pikeville will take the penalty, so back Raceland up another 5. We'll replay the down, and it's 1st and 20.
James, I'm kind of surprised that McNamee took that penalty. You realize that, yes, Raceland's offense is moving on this drive, but they've struggled the whole game. It gets yourself in a 2nd and 13, 2nd and 12 situation. A little bit surprised that he took that penalty, but instead doesn't want to give Raceland a chance because it could be 4-down territory for the Rams.
Minute 17 on arrested clock. They'll wind it on the start of play, so the clock goes in motion now. Rams 1st and 20. Stiltner, Marucci flanking Eisen. They'll give it off to Stiltner, sweeping to the left. Tries to jump through the hole. Jeremiah Anderson stops him as he dives down just shy of the 45 to the 46, a gain of 4.
That was a good right side cut by Stiltner to try to get out of the way, but an even better tackle by Jeremiah Anderson, just getting low, getting the legs, and making sure Stiltner doesn't break off for extra yardage.
Inside of a minute, Rams are in no hurry. Trips right. That's the wide side of the field. Eisen calls his own number, dashes right up the gut, and gets stymied right there by Drew Ferguson. And Raceland looks content to just head to the locker room down 6-0. Gain of down to the 43, a gain of 3 on the play. So it's 3rd and 13. Rams do not have to snap it if they do not want to, and Michael Salmons looks like he is content of heading to the locker room. And that's going to take us to the half. Pikeville leads Raceland 6-0 after the first half of play. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you all of the numbers from this one. A good one here on JFL night at Ram Stadium. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kid's menu.
Gallon, she's now with head coach Mike Salmons.
Here tonight with Coach Michael Salmons. How do you feel about the first half of the game?
I mean, our kids are playing really hard. We just got to be able to get off the, we can't give up explosive plays. And offensively, we got to be able to convert. I mean, they're really good on defense. And we got to cross the 50 there and just kind of got a couple penalties. We got to be able to clean that up.
It's a really close game. What's your plan for the second half?
Yeah, I mean, the third quarter here would be real indicative of the second half. We get the ball to start the half. We need to get some positive momentum and see if that really propels us to the last 24.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you, James.
Thanks, Skylar. 6-0 at the half. We'll break it down when we return after this on Kool TV.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kid's menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
6-0 at the half as we welcome you back to the Joker Lawn Care broadcast table. James Collier, Ben Westfall, happy to have you along with us here. Let's take you through how this one's gone down. It's been a series of punts much of the football game. Pikeville had the lone score thus far. That was on their fourth possession of the ball game. On a 3rd down and long, they cashed in with a 71-yard touchdown on a little out route from Isaac Duty to Mikey Hager. 5 plays, 87 yards, 2 minutes, 43 seconds, and Pikeville leads it 6-0. Raceland series, punt, and end of the first half. That's what they've had thus far in the football game. And Ben, when you look at it the way it goes there, you think, okay, maybe you try to take a couple of shots downfield. You've got a couple of timeouts in your back pocket, but at the same time, you don't want to do something that forces in a turnover and gives Pikeville a chance to add to the lead.
Well, it's a mixed bag on, that end of the first half. You're trusting the run game, so you have about a 3rd and long situation. So you have 2 plays no matter what going toward the end of the half and 2 timeouts to work with. So it's an interesting situation for Raceland and head coach Michael Summons, to try to find some sort of groove for your offense. Again, like you touched on, you don't want to force a mistake and possibly even a pick 6 or a fumble 6, something along those lines for Pikeville to go up, 2 possessions going into half. But a little perplexed maybe to try and at least run one play, get you close to see if Ison can just heave it as far as he can toward the end zone to end the half.
At the half, 6-0 Pikeville. We'll come back, we'll look at some numbers, we'll see some first half highlights, and we'll get you ready for the second half of play here on JFL night at Ram Stadium. Panthers leading the Rams 6-0. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style 1-topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style 1-topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart Collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Look at the marching band for the Raceland Worthington High School out on the field at the half. Let's take a look at our first half statistics. First for Pikeville, 4 first downs, 2 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. They've not attempted a 4th down conversion. 122 total yards of offense, 108 through the air. 5 of 7 is Isaac Duty, the 71-yarder, our lone deciding factor thus far in this football game. Panthers, this is a number that I think will shock a lot of people. 15 rushing attempts, 14 yards. This is a team that has been a ground and pound running attack team in the past, especially when it's played Raceland in big games. But the Rams tonight holding Pikeville under 1 yard per rush in the contest. Panthers have been flagged only one time, 15 yards. That was on the defensive penalty there at the end of the first half of play. 4 punts, averaging 38.5 yards. They've had the football for just over 12 minutes. For Raceland, 3 first downs. They're 1 of 5 on third down conversions, 69 total yards of offense, 12 through the air, 57 on the ground, 40 of those coming from, or 30 of those, coming from Landon Stiltner's big run back in the first quarter. 16 carries for the Rams, averaging just over 3.5 per carry. They've been flagged 4 times for 20 yards. 4 punts, averaging 40 yards. They've had it for 11 minutes and 35 seconds. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll look at individual numbers and get you ready for the second half of action. Pikeville leads Raceland 6-0. We continue our coverage here from the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth on Kool TV.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Back here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth for all your home improvement needs around your yard, as well as upcoming lawn care with the leaves that's about to start falling. Give Joker Lawn Care a call or visit them on their website, jokerlawncare.com. Let's take a look at some individual numbers as we throw the stat up here as numbers, and you're talking about 2 of the top teams in Class Single A football. Pikeville ranked number 2 in the state this week. Raceland ranked 5th. It's kind of one of those things of you don't see a lot of offense up there right now, and a lot of that says a lot what this defense is doing.
Well, it's the front sevens pretty much, and especially for Pikeville, the front 4, leading the way has been Drew Ferguson on the front line, number 57. He's done a great job of penetrating through that Raceland offensive line and just getting any sort of stoppage to the Raceland rushing attack. That's why Raceland has 57 total rushing yards and 12 passing yards, because Parker Ison, the quarterback, he's just been unable to settle in and get anything going. Pikeville's done a great job disrupting, and same thing with Raceland. We look at Pikeville, had 122 total yards as a team last week in their loss, and now just 14 total rushing yards. Great job by both front sevens just to shut down any advantage.
Let's take a look at some of our first half highlights. They're brought to you in part by Ashland Community and Technical College. Here's Stiltner's big run that set Raceland up during the sideline. Now, I got to give some prop to our camera operator. I got a brand new camera operator working with us tonight, and she got a lot of grief from our people in their chat screen. And I talked with her, made some adjustments, and the complaints stopped. So, listen, your complaints were well heard. The adjustments were made, and hopefully it has subsided. But there's the big run from Isaac Duty to Mikey Hager on the little out route there as Pikeville takes the 6-0 lead. Mostly what we've talked about here, what we're seeing, are sacks. and it's just been the defense getting after everybody on both sides of the football. Here's a big one right here on first down. Raceland gets after Isaac Duty as he tried to go down the field. Great coverage downfield, and 3 Rams get him in the backfield for a loss of 13, and that set up another punt. Raceland offensively just has kind of been stuck in neutral as Ison will try to bounce it to the outside here, slips through. Jeremiah Anderson with a great stop, and that was what kind of took Ison away from being able to break free. Great speed there with Ison, but just could not finish it out on the other side. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll get you ready for the second half of action. Raceland has the football to start the second half. They trail it 6-0. We continue after this on Kool TV.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others, should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Back here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth, James Collier, Ben Westfall. Happy to have you along with us here. Let's run through the scores on the Ashland YMCA scoreboard ticker. Ashland leading Bardstown 21-0 at the half. It's West Carter in front of Floyd Central 21-7. That game also on Kool TV. Greenup County running it up on East Carter 30-7 before the break over in Grayson. Have not seen a score on Breathitt and Johnson Central. We'll try to get that one in as soon as we see it. Boyd County and Mason County in a defensive stalwart. Boyd County leading Mason 3-0 on a field goal by the Lions in the first quarter of play. Morgan in front of Fairview by 10 up in Westwood, 22-12. That game just before the break. We'll check in on Fleming and Rowan County. I've got a buddy over at Rowan County. I'll see if I can get some scores from him. Russell leads McGoffin 17-0. Prestonsburg in front of Lewis County 36-6. That game just before halftime, and is still looking for scores on Bath County and Estill County. Ben, when you look at the way this thing has played out, it's not been anything to put on a highlight reel by any means for either team, but it's something to think about that moving forward. The defenses, they have to be in the offensive side of things head because of the way that they've really hawked to the ball on both sides.
Well, you talk about the highlight reel. It's the defense that's getting the highlights the whole game. I mean, they've been doing a great job of penetrating through the lines of both sides. Pikeville just doing a great job of shutting down the Raceland side, not letting any inside zone or any inside zone run commence and get any sort of yardage. Raceland's had to play a little bit sideline to sideline, trying to get to the exterior, but even then, Pikeville's done a great job of just shutting down and getting the good penetration on the edge to shut down any sort of run. And then for Pikeville, strong rushing team. But again, Raceland's doing a great job. You have to commemorate the Raceland front seven. They've done a great job of shutting down. You just have to look out on the secondary side and the coverage side. Can they play up? And instead of allowing that cushion on the wide receivers on the far side, on those outside perimeters, because that's what hurt them, especially on that big play to Mickey Hager.
So the big thing is can Raceland find something that it can sustain out of the locker room? I think that's the biggest question is, will that happen or not? I think if you're Pikeville, you want nothing more here than a three and out, just as quickly as it can possibly be.
If you're Raceland, you have to get Landon Stiltner going. Of course, we talked about 165 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns last week in the win over Letcher County Central in that score of 21-14. So if you can get Stiltner going and give him some blocks, let him get sideline to sideline, use the perimeter, you're going to come out in the second half and be a lot more explosive on offense.
Hat tip to our crew here tonight. All of the camera angles that you're seeing on the field this evening are all members of my media crew here at Raceland Worthington Schools. Up top, Lily Stevens. Down on the field, Charlie Morrison, Skylar Gallion, and Cam Bryan. It's the camera you're seeing right there running our Steadicam rig tonight. But every single one of them, members of my media crew here at Raceland Worthington Schools. And our producer, as always, is my son. To my left is Trey Collier. Happy to have everyone along with us here on a beautiful night here on JFL night in Raceland. Rams on the road the next 2 weeks as they'll go to Fort Thomas Highlands next Friday. That's an audio game only. I'll be with you beginning at 7:10 as always from up north in northern Kentucky. Somebody decided they needed to knock on our microphone. Thank you, guys. Jeez, it's like a kid in a candy store. They just can't help themselves. Hey, there's a microphone. I should smack on it. No, I should smack on your head. But then the Rams head back to north. They go to Newport Central Catholic. Oh, yeah. Listen, Billy Bob, I've never been one laughed for words, okay? We know that's for a fact. But then after that, Raceland comes back home. They've got Hazard. And then that sets up the most important 3 games of the entire season. That's those district tilts with Fairview, Paris, and Nicholas County. They'll go to Fairview, then down to Paris, and they'll round things out here with Nicholas County. That'll finish out district play, and then the Rams will close out the regular season with a trip down to Lexington and the LCA Eagles. A couple of scores that we pass along with you. Prestonsburg leading Lewis County now at the half, 36-0. Fleming County and Rowan County, get this, in a scoreless affair at the half up in Flemingsburg. My buddy up there texted me. He said, believe it or not, it's scoreless, and we've played a half of football. And he said, but we are in the road in Flemingsburg, so go figure.
Talk about defense here, James. I mean, look at the other 2 matches with Boyd County, Mason County, 3-0, and then a scoreless one that we just talked about. I think we have the defensive battle. Look at the other 2 games.
And the thing with Boyd County, in the first 3 games, they've scored over 30 points in all 3. And all of a sudden, this Mason County team, a lot of people wasn't putting them very high, and I was one of those guys. And my buddy Travis Skaggs, who does Mason County radio, he loves to hate on my picks every week when I pick against Mason County. As soon as I put them out, he fires them right up on social media and goes, here's his picks again this week. And it's funny. Last week, though, I picked Mason County, and he did not post them. I was like, come on, man, give me some love. I'm giving your guy some love, and he just hates on me. But it's okay. Everybody knows they love to hate on my picks, and it's one of the fun parts of this job.
Always got to poke fun with your people.
Yeah, you just never know. Morgan County has added to its lead now 30-20 over Fairview. That game up in Westwood. So the Rams will receive the second half kickoff. It's brought to you in part by the Ashland YMCA. So Gonzalez Santes has it teed up in between the 40. Hashes. High end over end kick. It'll be Cooper back at his own 5. Takes it far sideline, slips a tackle 15, 20, and then chased out of bounds there.
I think Cooper a little lucky that he was able to handle that. He kind of misplayed the kick and stepped a little bit too far. He was able to at least play it and, a little bit on his shoulder. At least is able to get up past the 20 on the return.
Yeah, they'll take him out to the 22-yard line. So that's where the Rams will start their first offensive possession of the second half of play. Again, I can't say enough about all the great camera angles that we're bringing you from the field level there. I mean, take you inside the huddle there with Coach Sammons and his crew. Again, it's the first time with us here on Kool TV. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you see something you like. Hit that bell each time we put out new material. We'll give you an update on your mobile device. So the Rams are going into a Wildcat set with Shannon Marucci. Marucci calls his own number. Little shimmy shake right, goes right up the gut, gets out near the 30.
A great play call to start things out. A little bit of a different look for Raceland. Try to change things up, catch the defense off guard, and it does there for a nice 7-yard gain.
2nd and 3 on a nice carry there by Shannon Marucci. Marucci was huge in the win over Letcher County Central. And we get a timeout Pikeville very quickly as the Rams kind of all of a sudden, now we got an injury timeout. It's for a cramp. Trying to look for the player down. That I see a 4. That may be, I'm not going to speculate it because there's only a couple of 4s out there that would be double 4s. And it may be the linebacker of Jeremiah Anderson that they're attending to. Well, we have the break in the action. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance, by Pure Point Auto in Greenup, the Grayson Funeral Home, Jason Greer, attorney at law, and Sparks Funeral Home located in Grayson. Injury timeout for the Panthers. We'll step out as well. We're back after this on Kool TV.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
So it was Jeremiah Anderson who was attended to and helped to the sideline out of the timeout there. Marucci with another dive right up the gut. They're going to take him out to the 31. And if it's to the 32, that should be enough to move the sticks. We're going to get an official measurement here.
Back-to-back plays out of the Wildcat for Raceland.
We call it the Wild Ram here.
The Wild Ram, yes,
yeah.
the Wild Ram.
And another thing, too, and again, this is your first time here with us at Raceland, it's also the Orange Dome where the Rams get inside the 20. Everything's orange here.
Orange fever.
Yes. Lawn chair nation as well. We don't need a business card on this one yet. So it will be just shy of the marker to gain, so a gain of 2 3/4, and it's going to be 3rd and inches.
Try to go with the quarterback sneak, or at least Marucci's done a great job of just powering through on the line. Maybe set him up under center and try to just power through, a little push style.
Well, as I was talking about Marucci before we went to the injury timeout there, last week he had 5 carries, all of them in the 4th quarter, and just absolutely just 45 yards that just ran down the field, and that gave Raceland a nice 1-2 combination. Back in that same formation, Marucci calls his own number. He gets pile driven in the background for a second, bounces off of Blake Caudle and surges forward. Did he get enough to move the sticks?
First assumption, I think he did. It was that second lunge by Marucci that may have helped him and get that first down.
And we'll get another measurement on this one as our white hat Gavin Ramsey will bring the measurements. This is the most I've seen the sticks come on the field all season.
Judging by the hashes, if the first down's on the 32-yard line hash, the ball looks just right at it for the first down. I think he's going to get this one, James.
There's a look at it from the field level as they stretch that one out, and that'll move the sticks and a Ram Pharmacy first down. So the second surge there by Shannon Marucci picks up Raceland's 4th first down of the ball game, and a fresh set of downs as they get it out to the 32 on the near side hash mark.
It was a good effort by Blake Caudle on the edge just to even shut that down, but as we mentioned, that extra lunge by Marucci really saves this drive for Raceland. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Ison's back in the backfield now as the quarterback with Stiltner in his left pocket. Lyndon Salmons as an H-back. Handoff Stiltner, sweeping to the right, trying to get the edge, does so across 35-40, up near midfield as he shows off that blistering fast pace, and he's over inside the Panthers sideline. They'll say he stepped out right at midfield, but another big run and a Ram Pharmacy first down by the sophomore.
That's what the Rams have needed to get going all game, is that outside zone run. And a big shout out to the offensive lineman, Jacob Littoral, just setting up that edge and shutting off Caudle from getting any sort of play in the backfield. And that allows Stiltner to get to that edge and take a big run up to midfield.
So a gain of 18 on the play for Stiltner. Ison on 1st and 10, coming out to the near side, trying to stretch it outside, looking for a hole, nothing there, and he gets caught from behind and brought down as Deontay Stevens wrestles him back for a loss of 2.
James, if you're Ison right there, your best bet would probably have been to cut up and make a straight cut toward the middle of the field inside the hash marks, because you realize Pikeville is playing that exterior really well, and they've been able to get the exterior play a couple times, but Ison's best bet would have probably been just cut inside the hashes, see what you can get up the middle.
18 meetings between these two. Pikeville leads the series 12-6. The last win for the Rams at home came back in 2017. That was when the Luke Lee master kick to the end zone of the baseball field sent the Rams to the state championship game for the first time in school history. Rams got their first win in Pikeville since 1957 last year when they beat Pikeville 7-6. These two teams have both amassed 54 for their most points scored ever in a game. Pikeville did it in 2011 in a 54-21 blowout. Raceland returned the favor in 2012 in a 54-14 blowout. There's also been one tie in this matchup. That was the second time these two teams met all the way back in 1947. Here's Marushi, spins off the near side, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Pikeville just collapsed in the interior. A little bit of a scrum, a little bit of frustrations pouring out by both squads, but would have liked to see Ison pull that ball and maybe just take it to the outside on the far side hash to try to get some extra yards, maybe set up a fourth and manageable to go for it.
So 4th and 7 after the gain of 3. So now the Rams will send the punting unit out. Waller steps into one, a wobbly kick coming to the near sideline, takes a bounce just shy of the 20, and tight ropes down the sideline and rolls out of bounds. Another good kick by Waller. And it goes out, they say, right at the 10-yard line. Nope, they'll bring it up to the 15 now. That's okay. So 8:34 to go in the third, a 32-yard kick, no return. And Pikeville has the possession for the first time in the second half, leading by 6. It's 6-0.
James, if you're Raceland here, I think your best strategy is to try to force Duty to get the ball and play in the air. We talked about before the game, if Raceland can make Duty and the Pikeville offense pass the ball, get them off script, then you're on a good set. Maybe try to force Duty to make a wild pass, throw an interception, and put yourself in prime position to score.
So Duty with Blake Cottle in the backfield. Boundary right with 2 receivers each way. They'll give it off to Cottle. Cottle tries to spin in the hole, and there's nothing there but a wall of orange jerseys. Alex Headley was the last man there. First man there was the nose tackle, Chris Spradlin. Give him a gain of 1 up to the 16. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Check the scores across your scoreboard ticker. They're brought to you by the Ashland YMCA. Morgan County leading Fairview by 10 up in Westwood. An H-back for Duty. Cottle in his right pocket. High snap, the give to Cottle. Cottle with a big hole. He bursts free, comes forward, and gets out near the 25. They'll put him down at the 24. It's going to be a gain of 8. It'll bring up 3rd down and short.
James, you mentioned it before this game got started. Cottle putting on a little extra weight, now turning from that speed back to more power, and you see it right there, just lowering the shoulder and getting that extra contact. Looked like he was welcoming the contact, saying, come on, bring it on, and just gets that extra yardage, makes this a 3rd and very manageable for the Panthers.
2 for 6 are the Panthers on 3rd down conversion tonight. Raceland 39% on the season defensively. Brendan Anthony in the backfield for the first time tonight. They'll stick it in the big tailback's back pocket, and he bursts free, and down the center of the field he goes. He's off to the races. Can they get him? Austin McKee's there. He jumps on him at the 20 and rides him down inside the 15. And almost like deja vu from the second play from scrimmage in the state championship game last year, Brendan Anthony gashes the Rams for a big one. It's down inside the red zone for the Panthers.
We've yet to see Brennan Anthony, as you said, in the backfield all game, and they bring him in at a crucial part. And what Brennan Anthony do? What Brennan Anthony does best, just take it all the way down to the 13-yard line. Lucky enough, Raceland was able to catch him in the red zone, but, man, what a run there by Anthony.
63 yards for Anthony. Did not play last week, has 19 carries for $190 on the season. Little pitch out to Justice on the right side, gets a block, cuts back up the seam, and he's headed to the house, but that one's coming back. There's a penalty marker right where the cut happened. It should be for a hold. We'll wait to see what our white hat of Gavin Ramsey has to say, and it is a hold.
It looked to be that outside receiver, Isaiah Stanley, just getting a little too much contact. And, they're trying to teach when you're a wide receiver on that outside to just not let go, but maybe get that inside leverage on your defensive back. And he was unable to do that. And, of course, when that cut happened by the tailback, Stanley just unable to let go and gets a little too much jersey, and that cost Pikeville 6.
So takes it back to the 18-yard line. The penalty was enforced from the spot of the foul. That was at the 8-yard line. So as it stays for the moment, it's still 6-0, and it's 1st and 15. Justice in the left pocket of Duty, the snap, the give. Goes right up the middle, and Logan Lockwood says, welcome to Raceland. Untouched, Lockwood comes from the linebacking core and gets him behind the line for a loss of 1.
We pointed out Lockwood as a key contributor to the defensive side of the ball for the Rams, and that play right there shows you why. I mean, he completely stood up the run right there. I mean, that was a great play, shutting out any chance of Jaden Justice had on that run. Forces a 2nd and long.
Right now, Pikeville with 198 total yards of offense, 71 of those on the pass play that scored the only touchdown, and then Brandon Anthony was 63 on the run. The high snap, play action Duty, throws it across the middle, and that one is incomplete. And his intended receiver was Braden Hall, and he got sawed off in coverage. It's 3rd down.
Duty's a little lucky right there because inside that zone on the, on the interior was Jonah Arnett, the defensive back, playing a little bit inside, a little bit up as a safety position. And he was right there. If he stretches those arms out just a half a second quicker and reads that might be a pick going the other way.
That was what I call a hospital ball. He brought his receiver across there, and all he saw was red crosses and ambulances. 3rd down and 16. Twin set for Duty. Duty fakes it, keeps it himself, right up the gut, tries to shift forward, and as he does, he gets upended. That was Jonah Arnett that takes his legs out, so it's going to bring up 4th down. But a nice play there by Isaac Duty to make something out of nothing, as they'll get him down to the 12-yard line, so a gain of 7, and it's going to bring out Steven Gonzalez-Santos for a field goal. They'll spot it at the 19, so a 29-yard kick right down the center. Braden Hall with the hold. Ball is back, it's down. Kick is up and is good. So a 29-yard field goal attempt puts Pikeville in front 9-0 with 4:52 to play in the 3rd. We're back after this on Kool TV.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
7 play, 73 yards, 3 minutes, 41 seconds, and a 29-yard field goal from Steven Gonzalez-Santos. And it's 9-0 Pikeville here in the second half. As we welcome you back to the Joker Lawn Care broadcast table, James Collier and Ben Westfall. Happy to have you along with us here tonight on a beautiful evening on JFL night. And that one's going to be a touchback on the ensuing kickoff. So the Rams will have it out at the 20. And Ben, we were talking there in the break, it was one of those, that play behind that on the field goal attempt, that one was nearly 6 going the other way.
Yeah, Jonah Arnett, he played downward on that safety position, kind of in that linebacker spot, the box safety sort of position, and he was right there. If he raises his arms and realizes that ball is coming to him just a half a second, maybe not even that, just a little bit quicker, that ball's going the other way, and potentially if Arnett can get some speed and get to the exterior, he might take it back for 6 and give Raceland at least a tie ball game.
Ison out of the huddle. He'll have Stiltner in his right pocket, an H-back of Marucci. 2 receivers left, 1 right in motion, and a false start there on Jonah Arnett.
Those are back-breaking for an offense possession, especially for an offense that's just trying to get something going momentum-wise. Just to start a drive, James, I mean, you cannot have that.
5 penalties for 25 yards tonight for the Rams. They've averaged on the season 4 penalties for 34.5 yards a game. So 1st and 15 for the Rams. Ison gives it off to Stiltner. Stiltner searching for a hole, comes near sideline, puts the ball on the turf. It's loose. Pikeville scrambling for it. Did they get it before it went out of bounds? They did not. They get fortunate that it tumbles out into the sideline of the Rams. So Stiltner puts it on the turf for the first time of the season, but the Rams dodge a bullet, as that would have handed Pikeville great field position down inside the 20. They'll get Stiltner out to the 17 on a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 13.
I mean, it was a good pop by the Pikeville defender. Not sure of the number of who that was, but lowered the helmet perfectly on the football to jar that one out.
Here's Ison wanting to throw on 2nd down. Eyes downfield, rolling out right. Still surveying, nothing there, and just tries to squirt free. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, back near the 15 on a loss of 2.
That was Blake Cottle. So even if Ison was able to throw that ball and get rid of it, Cottle's right there. He can at least jump up and do sort of a, from the Pittsburgh Steelers, T.J. Watt style of jumping up right there at the line of scrimmage and picking that ball off, or at least swatting it down. But either way, there was no receiver open for Ison to even get rid of the ball.
So 3rd and 14 as he gets back to the 16-yard line, in between the 16 and the 70. I hate the Steelers, so I hate that reference, by the way. I wasn't even going to respond to it until Michael had to speak up. Here's Ison rolling out left, looking left. Pressure coming from behind. He tries to cut back inside and has his feet swept out from underneath him. That was Blake Cottle that got him from underneath, and the Rams are going to have to punt again.
Isaiah Stanley bringing that pressure in from the backside. Ison at least picks it up and realizes that Stanley's rushing it from the backside, but Cottle's already there. Too little, too late. Just nothing going on this drive. And like we mentioned, the false start penalty, just a backbreaker killer to this drive.
Another loss on the play. It's 4th and 16 now. And the return unit for Pikeville standing on their own 40, or on the Raceland 40, excuse me. Here's Waller. Sends it to the far side. Backpedaling is Cody Sloan. He'll field it on a hop at his own 48, and he is met immediately. Great protection downfield. Austin McKee, Scout Wilkes was there. Also Billy Hughes. So no return as he was met at the point of contact. Let's see if they're going to go the 48 or the 49. They're going to put it at the 49. So 37-yard kick. 3:11 to play here in the 3rd. Pikeville leading by 9. So now, what can this offense do if the Rams' offensive woes continue to, but how big would it be here if the Panthers could stick one in the end zone and push this lead out even further? They'll go Blake Cottle in the backfield in a pistol look. They'll pitch it out to him on a slide to the right. He wants to throw. He's got a man wide open down the sideline. That's Braden Hall, who hauls it in inside the 20 and takes it to the house for the 6. 51-yard pitch and catch That was the example of the same play that happened at the state championship game last year in the fourth quarter.
You notice the sideline defensive back Isaiah Stanley just bit on the pitch, and I mean, my goodness. Not Isaiah Stanley, excuse me, that's Austin McKee for Raceland. He bit on that pitch on the outside, and my goodness, Braden Hall was wide open.
So one play, and it goes to the house. 51 yards, extra point attempt is up and is good. Pikeville leads at 16-0, 3:04 to play in the third. We're back after this on Kool
Primary
TV.
Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family, and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Greenup County Public Library, River Cities Builders, Ashland Community and Technical College, Border Sporting Goods, and Members Choice Credit Union. One play, 51 yards is all it needed to go. The Blake Cottle to Brendan Hall touchdown. And Pikeville leads at 16-0 with 3:04 to go here in the third.
James, I was going to say to you on that last drive, it was probably the most important drive of the game for the Raceland defense. And, well, what happens? Cottle goes perfect to Braden Hall on that big play touchdown to 50-plus. Raceland wants any shot. They're going to have to get down the field and get down the field quick into the end zone on this drive. So you'd say probably the most important drive of the game for Raceland offensively is this drive right here.
So the Rams are going to have to do something offensively and more importantly, going to have to go downfield, trailing by 2 scores now. So Ison on first down and 10. Blitz coming off the edge. Ison steps up, wants to throw, throws across his body, and airmails that one over his intended receiver. He was looking for Jonah Arnett. Pass falls incomplete at second down.
It's lucky that Jaden Muncie, the safety for Pikeville, played up a little bit too quickly, because if Muncie's back there, that's a pick going the other way.
And we've not talked about that back end for Pikeville very much tonight, simply because all the action has been happening up front. But Jaden Muncie, that lone safety, as Deontay Stevens, they've kind of shown a cover too, but Stevens has really walked down in the box a lot, so you're kind of leaving that guy out there by himself, and he's done a really good job on the back end. Second down and 10. Clock rested just 1 tick inside of 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rams trailing 16-0. Ison wants to throw, zips it out near sideline. He's got Eli Evans there, and he is walloped as he catches it just inside the 20-yard line and gets out to the 25. It'll be third down and long.
Eli Evans at least does a good job of fighting for extra yardage. He at least gets 5 on the gain, because, I mean, there were a whole bunch of Pikeville defenders there to meet him. Good solid pickup, makes it a third and manageable.
So 3rd and 5 for the Rams coming up. They're 2 of 8 on third down tries tonight. Near side hash mark. They need the 30 to move the sticks. Trips right, 1 left. Marucci in the backfield with Ison. Ison turns, looks to the sideline. Play clock's down to 5. They're going to have to hustle, and they're not going to get this one away. They do get it away somehow. Ison rolls out. The clock was at zeros for quite some time. Now backpedaling, and he's just going to throw this one into the Pikeville sideline for an incomplete pass.
And now there's a flag down on the far side about the 11-yard line. Wonder what this one's going to be about.
He was well out of the tackle box, so it's not intentional grounding. Ineligible man downfield. So you got an ineligible man downfield that's going to negate a penalty that would have gotten you the first down, as they got a roughing the passer when Eisen scrambled out of the pocket and turned it loose. So we'll replay the down, and it's 3rd and 5.
As we mentioned, down probably shouldn't have even happened. I mean, the play clock was down to 0, James. I don't know how in the world that did not get called for delay of game.
So twin set this time. Jacob Waller as the quarterback. Stands in the pocket, zips it across the middle, had Eli Evans there, and it hit him in the worst possible place, the hands. Right through his hands, incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, the defender staring him in the eyes. That was Isaiah Stanley. So maybe if he's able to cut up, he's at least has the first down, and now Raceland's going to have to punt yet again.
Dan McNamee, thank you for the great quality comments that you dropped in there. Very appreciative of those kind words from you, gentlemen. Good kick. That ball's live as it bounced up and hit Deontay Stevens on the side to the Rams recover. And they did. Pikeville has danced around with that all night long of being near where that ball bounced, and that ball bounced and kicked straight up and hit Deontay Stevens in the backside, and the Rams were downfield to recover, and they'll take over at the 45 of the Panthers.
Yeah, I bet you head coach McNamee is going to be pulling Stevens over and being like, listen, you have to get away from the ball. If you realize you're going to let that ball drop, just get away from it, because you never know what happened. We saw a lucky bounce earlier with Raceland on a fumble. So the bounces on the turf for the football for Raceland has been going their way, and it does right there.
So the Rams get a break. Can they cash in here? So Stiltner for a gain of 1.
And Brendan Anthony makes another great stop, just going low through the line, up the gut. Just being able to grab Stiltner by the legs and not going to let him go anywhere on that one.
Right between the hash marks, on just below the Raceland R at midfield. 2nd down and 9 as Jacob Waller stays in the backfield as the quarterback. The snap, the give to Stiltner with a head of steam off the right side, and what a big hit as Brendan Anthony may have hit the Richter scale as he drops the sword to the far sideline. My goodness, I felt that one up here.
You talk about a perfect textbook tackle, James. I mean, perfect wrap up, stiff to the ground. I mean, that was textbook. You can't coach that any better from Brendan Anthony.
So brings up 3rd down and 8. Inside of a minute to go, the Rams will have to snap it before we head to the 4th and final stanza. Trailing 16-0 with the football. Waller goes with Lyndon Salmons in the backfield. Wants to throw it on 3rd down. Rolling out left, surveying, nothing there. He's going to pull it down and run, and he's going to be chased out of bounds by Jeremiah Anderson. He'll be just shy of the 40, or they may put him right at the 40. They're going to put him at the 40-yard line. So a gain of 3. It's going to make it 4th and 5. Clock will stop with 20 seconds to play in the 3rd.
And James, this is 4th down territory right here. You're going to have to go for this on this 4th and 5. If you want to stay alive in this ball game, you're going to have to convert. And interesting that Raceland's still sticking with Jacob Waller as the quarterback here moving forward.
We saw Waller a little bit in the Ashland game in the opener of the season. Raceland this season, 5 of 8 on 4th down tries. That's 62.5%. Can they do it here tonight on this one? On 4th and 5 from the Panthers' 40-yard line. And the play clock is at 0, and Mike Salmons will burn a timeout.
That's a big timeout to burn, James.
Right at the end of the quarter.
Absolutely, and now that leaves you down to 2 timeouts for the rest of the half, and especially in a close one like this, that's a bad one to burn. So our question is, James, I'll ask you, what do you draw up here on this 4th down and 5 situation? What's the play call here?
Knowing that the fact that I know Pikeville and the way that they typically go, and here's a great angle inside the huddle there with the defensive coordinator for the Panthers trying to draw something up, I think they're going to bring edge pressure. That means you've got to run a drag route, a quick up and out. That's something that's got to be across the middle of the field. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Deontay Stevens and Jaden Muncie. those two safeties, they've got to come down if they do that, because you've got to take away that 5-route hitch. If they can get that, that's what I think Raceland has to look for here. But you've got to be careful, because if you miss it, that's a ball that's going to the house, because you have nobody behind you to help you out. So will the Panthers dial up the blitz here? I think so. We will certainly see on this play. So 20.3 seconds on a stopped clock here in the third. Pikeville leads at 16-0. They led at 6-0 at the half. They added a field goal and then a touchdown on the backside of that. And that's where the game currently stands. And Raceland's facing their first fourth down conversion from either side in an attempt here on this one. Twin set for Waller. 4 hats across the line. They send 3. Waller wants to throw. Flush from the pocket, rolling out right. Looking right. He's got a man down the far sideline. He goes up and hauls it in. What a catch. That's going to the house, and it's 6. As Jackson Reister hauls it in for the touchdown. And what a throw from Jacob Waller.
And what a catch. Oh, my goodness. Sticks the hand up. Back shoulder throw from Waller, and Rister just brings that down. And not only that, but the little shimmy step to the left side just to shake off the extra defensive back, takes it to the house. Raceland's back in this one. Now they're going to have to go for 2.
A Brent Roark Nationwide Insurance touchdown throw from Jacob Waller to Jackson Reister. It goes to the house, 42 yards. It's the first passing touchdown the Rams have tallied this season. And with 9.8 seconds to play in the third, the Rams are going to line it up and go for 2 as they trail it by 10. This to get it to a one-possession game. And now timeout Pikeville. Jackson Reister had caught 3 balls for 18 yards on the season. And the senior hauls it in, finds his footing, and goes to the house.
Once again, what a fantastic throw by Jacob Waller. I mean, he put that in the perfect spot, just over the shoulder, and not only that, but back shoulder throw to allow Reister to just rise up, make the turn, grab the ball, and not only that, but Reister does a great job of just staying on his feet. I mean, that was great athletic ability by Reister.
So now the Panthers trying to scout up what it wants to do here. This is huge because this turns it to a one-possession game if the Rams convert here.
Have to wonder what head coach Mike Sammons is going to call here on this two-point conversion. You got to have one of your best play calls of the night on this one.
Rams have converted one two-point conversion attempt on the season.
I think the key here is spreading out that defensive line. Try to at least bait one of your edge rushers. If you're Raceland, try to bait one of the Pikeville edge rushers, try to get them in, and maybe just a little shovel toss, something in the middle.
They're going to go with Landon Bloss in the backfield. Twin set for Waller from the gun for the two-point conversion. Waller rolling out, looking left, stands in the pocket, brings it to the near side corner, and it's tipped and is intercepted. So the two-point conversion fails. It's 16-6 with 9 seconds left to play in the third. We're back after this on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
It's brought to you in part by the Ashland YMCA, A&A Porta Potties, Big Sandy Superstores of the Tri-State, by Joker Lawn Care, and by Brent Roark Nationwide Insurance. As we welcome you back to the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth. Raceland finds the end zone for the first time through the air this season. 8 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes, 54 seconds. And Jacob Waller throws the pass to Jackson Reister as he hauls it in for the 40-yard score, and 2-point conversion fails, and it's 16-6. Here's Cole Sloan. Takes it out across the 30. See where they're going to put him down. We got a player down. Looks like with a cramping issue. As you can see, Braden Hall there in your screen, instantly pushing the leg up there. So we've got 4 seconds left to go in the third. We're going to put the football at the 33. We're setting up for what could be a really good fourth quarter play. Rams here have to find a stop. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Your offense gives you a little bit of momentum, scoring that amazing touchdown play from Waller to Reister. Now can the defense step up? They've been playing great all night, except for a couple big plays here and there from Pikeville. Now can that defensive front, especially the front seven, just play up to their abilities and be able to get the stop?
So Duty will bring his crew out. Cottle in his left pocket. First down and 10 for the Panthers. They give to Cottle. Cottle tries to bounce it to the outside, finds a crease. Austin McKee takes it away from him, and the ball comes out, and the Rams recover. Right in front of the Rams bench, Logan Lockwood jumps on it as the Studebaker horn sounds here at Rams Stadium. The Rams force a turnover to end the third. We're headed to the fourth. Pikeville leads Raceland 16-6. A crazy 12 minutes to go when we return after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
Back at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth. The turnover for the Rams gets it back as the senior Austin McKee turned it loose. Logan Lockwood recovers it before it gets out of bounds, and the Rams riding the momentum. They've got the ball trailing by 10 here to start the fourth and final stanza.
James, we mentioned it, looking back at that play, Austin McKee not only just forcing it out, but putting his helmet down low, perfect to where it hits the arm of Cottle and just gets enough contact to where the ball forces out. Cottle, it was very hard for him to hold on that football. I mean, it was perfect contact from McKee's helmet to just force that one out.
So can the Rams capitalize on this one with the football here from the Panthers 48? And Rams try to go back in the wild ram, and this time they're going to get stuck with behind the sticks as they get a penalty to start the play on a false start.
The wild ram gets a little too jittery there. It's one thing when you get that full steam of momentum and gets to you a little too much, you get a little too excited, and that's what happened with Rams right there with that false start.
They'll go to the outside this time and out to Marucci across the midfield stripe down to the 46.
Marucci got a little lucky there. Thank goodness for gloves nowadays, because that snap was high. It was about, to the left side of his helmet. If that goes through, that's a fumble. Just good awareness there by Marucci to corral that snap.
So second down and 8 from the Panthers' 46-yard line. Waller stays in the backfield as the QB. Stiltner in his left pocket on third down. Pressure coming off the edge. Bring it to Stiltner. Stiltner tries to get free. Does dive forward. He gets down to the 40. It's going to bring up third down and manageable on a nice run there by Landon Stiltner. So a gain of 6 makes it 3rd down and 2.
It's a great fight there by Landon Stiltner. I mean, he put his head down, shoulders down. He was not getting stopped unless you tripped him up, and luckily enough, the Panthers were able to do so. Get the stop.
They'll give it back to Stiltner. A little slither through the right side. So take him down to the 37-yard line, a gain of 3, and make it 1st down and 10.
It's a good job by the Rams offensive line holding up, but Stiltner using a little bit of patience there. He takes his second, maybe half second in the backfield to realize, okay, this is the best open hole that's available. Let me rush through that real quick.
Quick handoff right up the gut, as that one's Marucci. Give him the 34 and a gain of 3. 2nd down 7. Here's Stiltner on a sweep left, trying to stretch it out, a little stutter step, gets free. Justice chases him down in front of the Panthers bench. It'll bring up 3rd down.
That was a good job by Deontay Stevens, the safety, just being able to come up inside the box and get to that edge pressure, forcing Stiltner to the outside, and at least using a stiff arm. Stiltner at least is able to shake off Stevens, but Stevens just a great job of breaking through that rush and slowing him down.
So Stiltner back to the, looks like they're going to put him at the 35, so a loss of 1 makes it 3rd down and 8. So 3rd and a long 7 if you want to. Waller wants to throw on 3rd down. He rolls out. He's got a lane. He's looking for the marker to gain. Cuts it back inside. He's still on his feet. What a cutback by Jacob Waller on the far sideline, and he takes it down inside the orange zone, and a Ram Pharmacy 1st down.
That's such a tough spot as a defender when you're trying to force the quarterback to the sideline. You think you have him to where he's just going to give up, go out of bounds, but instead, good job by Waller to realize that the defense is slowing up a little bit, and he makes that initial cutback to the inside, gets himself some extra yards to the 13. Good effort there by Waller. He's really stepped up in this one, James.
So 1st and 10 from the 13. They'll give this one off to Stiltner. A little stutter step as he cuts back and goes to the outside and picks up a couple. So inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Stand by with us here, folks. Our scoreboard crashed on us, so we are in the process of recovering it. So actually, they'll take him down to the 8-yard line. So 2nd and 5 on a gain of 5 from Stiltner. 15 carries for 74 yards here tonight. Stiltner in the left pocket of Waller, excuse me. On 2nd and 5, they give it back to Stiltner. Blitz coming, trying to get to the edge. Surveying, slithers off the outside edge and down near the 5-yard line. So they'll put him down at the 4, a gain of 4.
That was a good job by Stiltner, just using that second burst of speed, getting to the edge, and at least finding to where he's not going to get dropped at the line of scrimmage or lose some yards. He's at least able to get to the edge and make this a 3rd and very close 1 yard.
So the Rams can get a 1st down here. They go in a wild ram with Marucci following Lyndon Salmons off the edge. Is he in? No signal yet. They're going to mark him short. It will be a Ram Pharmacy 1st down, but it'll be 1st and goal at the 1.
Very close to getting in the end zone, and just a great job by the offensive line of Raceland. That initial push, I mean, they pushed everyone back for Pikeville at least by 3 yards. I mean, that was just a fantastic push. Maybe the Panthers defense getting a little tired, and Raceland's taking advantage of it.
Three backs in the backfield with Marucci. Marucci angles left. He gets stood up at the line as Blake Cottle comes off the edge there and gets him. So they'll go second and goal now.
It's also Deontay Stevens playing up from the safety position, getting that second effort to make sure that Marucci does not break off the initial tackle and just make sure he stays back in the backfield.
Ison's back in the backfield. He'll go as the quarterback, and he'll try to sneak it in. Did he get in? Officials are in there. There's the signal. Touchdown, Raceland. A Brent Roark Nationwide Insurance quarterback sneak for Parker Ison. And with 6:39 to play in the contest, the Rams have it trimmed to 4.
Never fails the QB sneak. Ison, was taken out a little bit for Waller, and Waller just stepped up, done a great job commanding this offense. And now Ison, in a good part, they trust his QB sneaking ability, just goes low underneath the line and finds 6.
And how big was the Rams there, taking advantage of the turnover and cashing it in for points. Now Waller out for the extra point. Ison will hold. It's down, it's up, and it is good. 6:39 to play in the ball game. It's a 3-point lead for the Panthers. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Tonight's game's brought to you in part by Pure Point Auto, by Grayson Sporting Goods, Jason Greer, attorney at law, Sparks Funeral Home, and Kurt Robinson, State Farm Insurance. 11 plays, 48 yards, 5 minutes, 21 seconds, time of possession, and Raceland gets the touchdown dive from Parker Ison from 1 yard in. Extra point is true, and it's a 3-point game as the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback.
I think everyone on the Pikeville side just breathed a sigh of relief as Cole Sloan was going to let that ball roll into the end zone, and the ball started slowing down on the roll. So I thought, man, maybe Jacob Waller had a perfect kick to get that to stop at the 1.
Let's see what Pikeville elects to do here. And that's exactly what I expected to see when the huddle broke. Big number 35 in the backfield. That's Brendan Anthony. He's carried the ball one time tonight, and it went for 63. They'll give it off to him as he'll lower the shoulder and push the pile right up the gut, and he's gang tackled as he gets into the hole in the A-gap. Last man off the pile for the Rams was Lyndon Sammons. So a gain of 4, second down 6. A good gain there on first down for the Panthers, who want to burn as much possible clock here as they can. Both teams with only 2 timeouts remaining in this ballgame. Raceland had to burn one there right at the end of the third quarter, and then Pikeville burned one on the 2-point conversion attempt. Anthony stays in the backfield with duty on second down. They'll pitch it out to him on a sweep to the right. Trying to find a hole. He'll fall forward. He'll be short of the distance of gain, but it's going to be close. It'll be third down and very short coming up for the Panthers. They're going to take him to the 29, so a gain of 5. It makes it 3rd and 1. And I would almost bet my paycheck this week, next, and 2 after that. This is 35 dive right up the middle.
Give it to the big man. He has been able to get stopped. I mean, he's at least given you 3+ yards of these 2 plays.
Well, I just lost my paycheck because he's not in the backfield. Now they go to Jaden Justice. They throw it out to the near side. They're trying to set up a little bubble screen. They get it out to their man of Harrison Fields as he makes his first catch of the season, and that'll move the sticks for a first down.
Max Burton almost had him in the backfield, but just a great little move by Harrison Fields to shake off the wimpy tackler and just gets enough for the first down. My goodness, what a play call.
What that does, too, is it continues to roll that clock as we go inside of 5 minutes. Pikeville leading by 3. Rams defense has got to find a way to get a stop and get the football back here to try to win it at home. Duty on 1st and 10. They give it off to the tailback, and he is welcome to the turf in a healthy manner. That was Lyndon Salmons again, the 6'2 junior defensive end. He nearly took the handoff in the backfield as they gave it off to Justice.
There's a little bit of a bobble there by Isaac Duty on the snap, and he's lucky to be able to corral that in because that might have been another fumble for the Pikeville offense. Really lucky. Now you have to wonder when Coach Salmons is going to start using those 2 timeouts.
We go inside of 4 minutes on this snap. 2 receivers right, 1 left with an H-back. Duty wants to throw, zips it out to the far sideline. He's got Sloan there. Sloan makes the catch, turns upfield, gets inside the 40, and then he's wrestled down there. It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Panthers. You get the linebacker of Kenny Littoral who makes the stop. They'll get him a gain of 8. So make it 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Panthers, who are 4 of 9 tonight on 3rd down conversions. This is not 4-down territory. Rams have got to get a stop here as we go inside of 3:30. Panthers will bleed the clock. They break the huddle with the play clock at 13. Duty gives it off to his man Fields, and Fields is stuffed in the backfield. Alex Headley, the sophomore defensive end, comes off the edge and hits him in the backfield for a loss. It's 4th down.
Raceland read that sweep to perfection, James. I mean, they locked up the exterior perfectly to force this punt. Man, what a play. That might be, even with the turnovers, that might be the defensive play of the night for Raceland.
Now let's see if Blake Cottle can pin Raceland deep again. This one's not a very good kick. It goes straight up in the air, and it takes a Raceland bounce. It'll go out of bounds on the far sideline, and the Rams will have it at their own 40.
James, you can feel the momentum shifting. Pikeville controlled so much of this game, but thanks to a couple turnovers and quick scores by the Rams, crowd's getting live here. This is going to turn out for a doozy of an ending here.
Kind of what you'd expect when these 2 teams get together. It always turns into a pretty good matchup. Last year, 7-6 victory by the Rams down in Pikeville. Snapped a 5-game losing streak. The last time they had won in this matchup was here in 2017 when Luke Leemaster hit a 37-yard field goal to send the Rams to Kroger Field. Now the sophomore quarterback of Jacob Waller brings his team out. A touchdown will put them ahead. A field goal will tie it. They'll start things off with Stiltner, a little stutter step in the hole. Blake Cottle meets him there, and they'll give him 1 on the forward momentum, 2nd and 9.
I'll tell you what, Coach Salmons has asked Jacob Waller to step up big in the quarterback position tonight for Raceland, and now this is a big step up. Potentially the final drive for the Rams. Can Waller get the job done?
In this 19th meeting, there has been only 1 overtime game between these 2. That was back in 2012. Pikeville won that one 26-20. Press coverage, they back out. Waller zips it to the far sideline. Has his man there who makes the catch. As Scout Wilkes hauls it in, he was pushed out of bounds on the far sideline by Mikey Hager. It'll be 3rd down and short coming up.
I'm actually going to say he was in bounds. The referee signaled to keep the clock rolling, so Raceland's got to hurry up to the line here.
Gain of 6 on the play, 3rd and 3. Waller gives off to Stiltner. Stiltner sweeping to the right. He's got first down yardage and more. What a lowering the boom he does as he hits Jaden Muncie as he comes downhill and moves the sticks on another Ram Pharmacy first down.
Make him feel that tomorrow, and that stops the clock briefly to move the chains. Raceland moving the ball, and now they're starting to get a full head of steam.
Gain of 5 on the play for Stiltner. He's at 84 yards on the evening. Waller with the clock rolling now at 1:20. 3 receivers left. Zips it out near side Reister, and Reister's met in the backfield, and he's dropped for a loss. Brendan Anthony snuffed that one out perfectly, and a loss on the play as the Rams will go behind the sticks, and Mike Sammons will burn a timeout.
I would like to see that play call go to the other side, to the opposite side hash, and a player down here for Raceland. That looks to be Stiltner. But again, would like to see that play go to the opposite side, give you some more space if you're the Rams, but there was just no space here on this near side sideline, and Pikeville was just able to shut that down quickly.
I'm still waiting to see the official spot of the football as Stiltner started working toward the Rams sideline and then sat back down on the turf. So if you're just joining us, you've just climbed out from underneath a rock and you've missed a heck of a ball game. Here's how this thing has gone down. It was a lot of punts in the first part of this football game, both teams trading 3 punts each. Then Pikeville got a home run ball from Isaac Duty to Mikey Hager, 71 yards on the pitch and catch. That made it 6-0 on the failed extra point attempt. They added a field goal to start the third quarter. That made it 9-0. Then a one-play, 51-yard touchdown on a halfback pass from Blake Cottle to Braden Hall, 16-0 Pikeville. But the Rams have answered with a pair of touchdowns, an 8-play, 80-yard drive, an 11-play, 48-yard drive. Jacob Waller throwing a touchdown pass to Jackson Reister on a 40-yard hookup on the first touchdown, and then Parker Eisen diving in from a yard out for the second. And that's where we currently stand with the Rams looking at 2nd down and 12 with 1:07 left to play in the ball game. Twin set for Waller. 3-man rush, pumps, steps up in the pocket, and he is met right there as Blake Cottle reaches out and grabs him. He'll get back inside to the original line. Mike Sammons trying to burn the timeout. He'll get his final timeout. It'll bring 3rd down and 10 in play for the Rams.
What do we say at the third quarter that those early timeouts are going to come back to haunt you? And it does here for Coach Sammons, now having to burn his final timeout with 58 seconds.
And that puts you in a big predicament because, one, you have to understand if you don't get your first down here, it's 4-down conversion territory, but you've got to hurry up and get up, convert, get the ball clocked, and then everything from there has to go to the outside. You don't have enough time to work across the middle of the field unless you get a first down, because then you need enough time to try to get yourself in field goal range. And for Waller, you probably need to get this down around the 15 to 18-yard line to give him a chance for a swing and an extra chance of overtime.
And McNamee knows that, too, on the opposite side for Pikeville. He knows that the sidelines are crucial, so he's going to be telling his corners and maybe the safeties, hey, play on that outside, but at the same time, watch for one of those safeties. I wouldn't be surprised if Deontay Stevens steps up and makes a big play over the middle of the field, reading Waller to perfection and possibly shutting a play down.
Both of these teams in their 99th season. Raceland started back in 1926. Pikeville started in 1925 but did not play in 26. They come in with a record of 597, 390, and 34. First time these two teams played was down at Fiddler Field in 1941. Pikeville won that game 44-7. The next time they played was in 1947, a scoreless affair. So 3rd down and 12. Now 3rd down and 10, from. They'll put it at the 48. So 3rd down and 10 from the 48. 57 seconds left to go. Raceland out of timeouts. Twin set for Waller. 3-man rush. Waller rolling right. Throws right. Has his man there. That's Reister who hauls it in. He gets out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th down. And the biggest play of the football game coming on this next snap. So they'll take him out at the 43-yard line, so 4th down and 5. Raceland 1 of 1 on 4th down conversions tonight. They're 6 of 9 on the season.
I bet you head coach Sammons is going to be telling Waller, listen, you can look for the middle of the field, but if you can complete this pass, get up to the line as quick as possible and spike this ball to save you some time.
And the most important thing is if you go across the middle, you have to be able to get that first down yardage. They'll leave a man in the backfield as a blocker back for Waller. Let's see if the Panthers bring the blitz. They do. Here comes the pressure. Waller rolling out, looking down the side of the field, tries to get to the sticks, and I don't think he's going to get there. It's going to be very close.
From the initial near side judge, I think he actually does have that spot.
Have they pointed? They do. Gavin Ramsey says, move the sticks in a Ram Pharmacy first down. He needed 5, and he got 5 1/4 of an inch. And the clock rests with 45 seconds left to go. What a big play by the sophomore.
My goodness, what a play indeed. He stepped up and realized, all right, Pikeville sending the blitz right up the middle. He has the edge to work with, has the near sideline, and he used it perfection, gets out of bounds, gets the first down, and stops the clock with 45 seconds to go.
So Marucci in the backfield with Waller, trips to the right. Low snap, Waller stands in the pocket, pumps, going deep, looking for Reister, down the sideline, Rolster hauls it in, what a catch! He can't hang on as it comes out as he goes to the ground. Man, he had the football, and as he hit the ground, it came loose. Second down. He had it in his fingertips, and as he tried to corral it back into his hands back to his body, the body and the ground collided, and it knocked the ball free. Man, that would have been a huge play that would have set up 1st and goal for the Rams and would have put them easily into field goal range.
James, can we talk about that throw from Jacob Waller, too? I mean, that was perfect, right on the money. What an excellent throw by the sophomore.
And in tight coverage, too. Blitz coming off the edge. Waller rolling out left, trying to get to the edge. He'll throw it down the far sideline, trying to come back and give him relief. That was Scout Wilkes. Pass is incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Good pressure by Isaiah Stanley coming off the edge and just using that speed to try to get to Waller. But Waller, even though he's a sophomore, makes a veteran move right there, just throwing it away. He didn't throw it out of bounds, but he threw it in a spot where there's no defender, not putting the ball in harm's way. And there was a receiver close by to where if he had enough juice, he could get it there. But again, just a great job by the quarterback, good situational awareness to just make sure not to put that ball in harm's way and force a pass.
Rams 6 of 15 on 3rd downs tonight. This one's a huge one. Again, if you keep it in bounds, you've got to get up quickly to go. Trying to come off the edge. Waller steps up in the pocket, and Brandon Anthony gets him from behind, and it's going to be 4th down. Rams have to go quickly. Clock continues to roll. The Rams cannot stop it. And now the Rams moving people all over the place. They're going to have to go for a home run ball. This is going to be the final play of the game. Waller dropping back down the center of the field, looking right. Now looking left. He's going to zip it near side and throws it away. And on 4th down, it's incomplete. Did they catch it? I've seen no signal from the officials. So we've got a catch. And it looks like it's well short. And it is a turnover on downs. So the pass play was just short of the marker to gain. And the Panthers will take over at the 27-yard line.
Pikeville,
no, 28-yard line, excuse me.
Pikeville going to win this one by the skin of their teeth. My goodness, what a game and what a finish, James.
And with 3 seconds, the Panthers can put a knee on it and call this one a victory. My goodness. There's the snap, there's the knee, and the Panthers are going to get out of here with their first win of the season. A hard-fought, valiant effort by the Rams comes up short here at the end. But the Pikeville Panthers pick up their 13th win in this series. And a victory here tonight on the road gives them their first win of the season. 16-13, your final score here tonight. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll break things down as we continue our coverage, as we go into post-game coverage here on Kool TV.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others, should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Border Sporting Goods has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders also has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Final score here tonight, Pikeville hangs on and wins it 16-13. Let's take you back through how this one went down. Punts for the first three possessions for both teams tonight, but then Pikeville finds a home run ball as Isaac Duty hooks up with Mikey Hager on a 71-yard pitch and catch. Extra point is no good. 8:27 to play in the first half. Pikeville leads at 6-0. That's our score as we go to the locker room. Panthers have to settle for a field goal on their first series to start the second half as Steven Gonzalez-Santos booms home a 29-yarder, 4:52 to play in the third, 9-0 Panthers. Then the Panthers get it right back. Blake Cottle finds Braden Hall, 51 yards over the top. He was wide open. 3:04 to play in the third. Panthers lead it by 16. But the Rams get things rolling. They find a turnover. They capitalize with it. And Jacob Waller, who comes into the ballgame there in the latter part of the third quarter, takes over, throws the Rams' first passing touchdown of the season. This one's 40 yards to Jackson Reister with 9 seconds to play in the third. A two-point conversion fails, and it's 16-7 as we head to the fourth and final stanza. Raceland gets the football. They go down the field, and their best drive of the night, 11 plays, 48 yards, 5 minutes and 21 seconds it takes to get in the end zone. But Parker Eisen plunges in from 1 yard out. Extra point is true, 16-13. Rams get the football back with a chance to go down or tie or win the football game, but a big sack in the final play on third down sets up Raceland with having to scramble. They did not really have a lot of time to work with. They completed the pass on the final play of the game, but the pass was well short of the sticks by about 1.5 yards. Pikeville holds, and they get out of here with a 16-13 victory. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll look at our numbers. We'll talk with head coach Mike Sammons on what was one heck of a football game between these two storied programs yet again. We continue our coverage as we return to the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth after this on Kool TV.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter. Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth, James Collier, Ben Westfall, as you see the Rams there break the huddle. Rams come up short tonight, 16-13 in the final. But, Ben, what a heck of an effort there at the end to give themselves an opportunity to try to go down or tie or win this football game. Just came up a little bit short.
Absolutely, and I mean, head coach Sammons, makes the move to put Jacob Waller in at quarterback, and props to Jacob Waller, even though he's a young sophomore. I mean, that's something to build upon. If you're Raceland, you have a sophomore that looks so poised and composed in the pocket. Not only that, but rolling outside of the pocket. You saw in the latter part of the game on the final drive, he throws the ball away. He didn't put the ball in harm's way, is what I should say. And props to that. But all in all, just unable to take advantage of early opportunities in the first half, going in with a goose egg, and you're trying to come back, but there's only so much you can do, and especially burning a timeout so early in that third quarter really came back to haunt Raceland. But all in all, just a good effort and a fantastic ball game tonight.
Yeah, that was the big thing. It was that timeout. It came at an unpromptu time that you had to wonder how much was that one going to come back to haunt you late. And unfortunately for the Rams here tonight, that timeout would have been huge there in the fourth and final stanza. But, again, Mike Sammons, I can tell you exactly what he's going to say when he comes up here. There's a lot to learn from this ball game, but there were no trophies hung tonight or given out. There were no banners hung, no rings or anything. This was a good football game that is going to put both of these teams on what most people expect to be another collision course for Kroger Field coming up in December.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. We preach that all the time. But at the same time, win or lose, especially in a close game like this, you take what you can get out of this game, use that as building blocks to your future opponents later on in the season, and especially come tournament time. And that's what Raceland and head coach Sammons is going to do, is use these pieces. You see what you have, especially with Jacob Waller. Do they roll with him as the starting quarterback option over Ison as a passing threat to open up your offense just a little bit, and still rely on Stiltner and your running back by committee to get things going? But a lot to look forward to in this season if you're the Rams.
So a lot of things to build up on this thing tonight. I think that you look at the ability to go downfield when Waller came in. I think that gave Raceland some other options. It showed a little bit of the wild ram tonight, going directly to Shannon Marucci, who was big in the fourth quarter a couple of weeks ago against Letcher County Central. We saw some wrinkles. They ran an end around with their tight end Landon Simmons, and that was something that you haven't seen this year. So, both teams kind of play this one. They always play it in the regular season. They play it tight to the vest. But it's one of those deals that it's a good game to put on film, and it's again, a game that most people probably expect to see something coming up toward the latter part of the season. We'll take a break. We come back. Coach Sammons is making his direction up this way. We'll grab him for some post-game commentary, and we'll wrap things up here tonight from Raceland. Panthers hang on 16-13. Our post-game coverage continues after this on Kool TV.
I got kicked off campus, but they let me back on because my dad knew the dean.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that meaty, treaty, zesty, bestie, garlic saucy. Give me that dippy, doughy, melty topping, pepperoncini popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Give me that holy, foldy, pepperoni, tantalizing. Give me that choco chippy, sticky, sweetie, hypnotizing. Give me that dippy, drippy, drummy, whippy, Papa wangin'. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Now I'm talking about, yeah.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Border Sporting Goods has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders also has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
16-13, final scores. We welcome you back here to the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here, along with Ben Westfall. Greatly appreciate Ben joining me here tonight. We did some volleyball last night up in Vanceburg and got you here tonight to kind of help you continue to broaden your horizons with your broadcast experience and stuff, but enjoyed having you in the broadcast booth with me tonight. Good job this evening.
I appreciate it, and good job to you yourself. I mean, it's very fun to get the experience. Obviously, thankful for Marshall to get me so much experience at WMUL and everything. Great program there, and just expanding horizon. It's all about connections here in the broadcast industry. And lucky to be able to work with you alongside here on Kool TV and get things rolling.
I'm still waiting on Coach Sammons to make his trek up. Everybody seems to want to talk to Coach after the game, and he's sometimes gets lingering down there. Let's look at some individual numbers for this one. For Pikeville, Isaac Duty, 7 of 10, 121 yards, 71 yards, his long, the touchdown pass. And I want to throw this back to the pregame show because I keep receipts. And I said tonight, if Isaac Duty throws the ball more than 10 times, Raceland can win this football game. He threw it 10 times exactly.
Wow. 7
completions, and the one home run ball that goes in from 71 yards out. Blake Caudle, the halfback pass for the other touchdown, 51 total yards on that one, 172 total yards through the air for the Panthers this evening. Rushing was not anything to talk about. You take out the 72 yards from Brendan Anthony, and you've got a total of about 18, 19 carries for just over 50 yards. So not exactly a good night on the table there with the rushing attack. Braden Hall, 1 catch for 51. Kingston Braxton, 2 for 27. Mikey Hager, 2 for 76. Eisen goes 3 for 16 for 17 yards. Jacob Waller, 5 for 8 for 60 yards. Landon Stilner, 18 carries for 84. Marushi, 9 for 29. Jackson Reister tonight, 6 catches for 66 yards, including the touchdown that got Raceland back in this football game. So Coach Sammons making his way up the tangled weave of a maze that you have to do to get into this press box. It's there's one seat we've always kidded that we're all going to chip in and buy just for the fact of it, so we can take it and saw it off so you don't have to step over a seat to get up into the press box. So Coach coming in here in just a second. I'll give him some stats, and we'll break things down here tonight on what was one heck of a football game here between these two storied programs in Class Single A football. Yeah, we're live, Coach. All right, joining us now here in the post-game coverage, Raceland head coach Mike Salmons. Coach, you gave yourself an opportunity there in the end, and after falling behind 16-0, that's a lot to say for a team that we've talked about many times. They're not youthful, but they're inexperienced.
Yeah, really, we did battle back, and I think that's, indication of our character. I've talked all along that we got to gain some experience, and these moments we're going through, obviously, we're going to hang our hat on. They're going to pay off when the stage is bigger than the night. Not to dismay the night was a big stage, but our kids can draw on, rely on this experience. And obviously, we got a long ways to go. We got to clean a lot of things up. We are still making some mistakes that, you call them youthful or inexperienced, but there's things that we got to coach a little better or say something just a little different to make it click. And so that's where we're at.
Two things that I know you always talk about. You and I talk about this so much time. You can't give up explosives, and you got to get off the field on money downs. Tonight, you got them 4 for 10 on third down conversions. They didn't try for any fourth down conversions, but the 2 home runs go for the touchdowns, and that's the deciding factor in the ballgame.
Yeah, I don't know the first touchdown. I don't see it on here. It's a 70-some-yard pass, I do believe. And then we had another 35, Anthony kid. Didn't score, but he was a really long play. And just, I guess, things that we got to get better at and eliminate explosives when we just had like a misfit here or a misfit there. And at the same time, we got to be able to convert and be a little better on offense when the stakes are higher. But, again, our guys battled back. You saw 2 programs there that really battled hard tonight. But, I told our guys, our staff here has been together the better part of 2 decades. The days of moral victories are long ceased. That's not who we are. That's not what we're about. We're about the process and being the best versions of ourselves when it's required. And there's 12 Fridays left in football season, and we got to expect to get better every single one so we can play these guys on the last day of the season and change the outcome.
You make the decision there in the third quarter. You go to Jacob Waller at the quarterback change. What did you like, what you saw from the sophomore there that put you back in this football game?
I just felt like, at that point we kind of needed a little spark, maybe a little spunk, just something, just honestly trying to press the right button. And, again, I told you guys all along, we traded out left guards and left tackles and right guards and left outside linebackers and, running backs all night long, and it's no different at quarterback. We have the utmost faith in both of our guys. Both of our guys did some good things tonight. But Jake came in and, he was steady. It's exactly what we expect him to do. He made some plays with his feet, made a couple big plays on fourth down when you had to have them. Scrambled there late. We had a little misuse there of the time with the timeouts. Just couldn't get lined up and trying to save some time. And, gave us a shot. I think we ended up less than a yard short of a first down. But, again, just little things. I mean, this football field, I've been telling our kids for a week now, hangs in our weight room. The difference in good and great's little things. And everybody thinks that this football field's 100 yards, goal line to goal line, 160 feet, sideline to sideline, and there's some big, great difference between winning and losing, and there's not. There's the game. It's a game. Again, people call it cliche, but literally the game comes down to just a few inches, a step here, a headgear here, a foot there, getting my shoulder pads here, getting my, those type of things are what differentiates winning and losing. And those are the things we're going to go back to work and get better on Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock.
Next week, first road trip of the season, and you go to Fort Thomas Highlands, a very good program that works there in Class 5A. What do you take away from this one to get your teams ready to go when you make that first road trip of the year?
Again, just another opportunity for us to move forward. We're going to obviously gain some really, really valuable experience, and I don't think there's any 2 doubts about it. Fort Thomas Highlands is the best football team on our football schedule. Our kids know that. And so for us, it's a chance to go in there and grow up and compete. They're going to expose us to things next week that no one else that we have to beat to get to our goal can. And that's why you do that. We've talked about this when we build our schedule. We're going to build a schedule that when you are on the biggest stage playing the biggest game, elimination game of your season, that's not the most adverse moment you've been in. I'm not sure that we could always say that here. I can sleep well tonight knowing that is the fact. And so that's what it's about. How we respond. I thought tonight our character were outstanding. I thought our kids were resilient. I thought we really, really played hard and played together. Now can we clean up some mistakes and keep moving forward and keep the locker room together? And when we do, if we do, which I fully expect us to do, I think everybody will be happy on the last day of the season.
Coach, always a pleasure. We'll talk to you next week. We head to Fort Thomas.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
Raceland head coach Mike Salmons joining us here in post-game commentary. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Hat tip to my crew again. All of my camera operators tonight, members of my media staff here at Raceland High School. Lily Stevens up top. She's the one that you didn't like for the first quarter, but she got great after that, and I greatly appreciate her efforts again, putting some kids in some new positions they had to work through, and that's what you do, on-the-job training. But she did a great job on her first time on the main camera up top, and greatly appreciate everything she did. Charlie Morrison, her first trip on a camera tonight. She was down on one of the field-level cameras. Skylar Gallion had the other one also with the coach interview there at halftime. And our Steadicam rig tonight was operated by Cam Bryan. All four of those crew members of my media staff here at Raceland High School. My producer on every Friday night, Trey Collier, rocked it out tonight. He had a lot of fires he had to put out early on, and then there, in one of the biggest moments of the game, our scoreboard controller decides it wants to, for the first time ever that I've used this program, it decides it wants to crash. But battled through all of those and got it all taken care of, no problems whatsoever. And finally, I want to say thanks to my color commentator here tonight, Ben Westfall. My friend, it's been a pleasure. Looking forward to doing this again sometime. And, again, you got a good future ahead of you, a good foundation. I'm glad I can help you along the way. Nope, hang on. It might help you if I turn your microphone back on.
Absolutely. Appreciate James, and look forward to more opportunities in the future. Whether it's football, volleyball, soccer, in the winter sports with basketball, whatever you throw me on, I'm looking forward to the opportunities, especially calling games with you. It was a fun one tonight and a fun game. First game here at Raceland. It did not disappoint.
Yeah. Welcome to that's a good testament right there for your first game in Kentucky high school football. Those were two teams right there that I don't think there's a lot of people around the state would say that they would be shocked if those two teams were standing coming on that first Friday in December down in Lexington at Kroger Field for the state title game. I know I certainly wouldn't be either as well. That's it for us this evening. A big thanks again to all the great folks here at Raceland High School in the football program with Coach Salmons, his staff, top class all the way. I greatly appreciate everything they do. For Trey Collier, Charlie Morrison, Lily Stevens, Cam Bryan, Skylar Gallion, Ben Westfall, everyone at the Kool Sports Network, I'm James Carr saying good night and thanks for tuning in here on Kool TV.
Thank you for watching another Raceland Rams football broadcast live on Kool TV. This broadcast of Raceland Rams football has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Kool Sports Network and Kool TV.